it going, everybody?
Sorry if you say boys, girls.
I don't know how to start. I don't know how to start a video on anyone else's
anyways,
channel.
Hercules, more like Hercules. Talk about those baby bitch muscles. That's every one of your videos recently. Oh man, is Odysseus not squinking Medusa enough? But in this testicular musical, he's on a boat. I can't relate to you anymore.
Don't be mad, Nick.
There was
Nick
a time I could relate to your content. I can't do it anymore.
Nick called me in a rage the other day, talking about how he doesn't like that he can't understand the references in my Epic the Musical videos.
I have to scroll past them every single time because it's just you in a little cape being like, I don't think the giant actually should have fought Hercules. I have no idea what you're talking about.
It's not my fault. I'm chasing what's popular.
Oh yeah. You want to talk about a dead anime?
Yeah, I was going to say, you want me to talk about Naruto for 15 years?
Yeah, listen, some of us have the backbone to do it.
Okay, my cold open is a hot take. I'm going to start this podcast maybe defending Shao Tucker.
Okay.
Strap in.
Yep.
I saw a TikTok.
Okay.
And someone was like, rank these 4 characters by who is the worst father.
Okay. I'm assuming it's Endeavor, Shao Tucker.
Nope.
Endeavor's not even up there.
Shao Tucker's the only anime character.
Oh.
It's Ozai.
Okay.
Shao Tucker, Peter Griffin, and then Trigon from Teen Titans, Raven's father.
So, Satan.
Yeah. Space Satan.
Yep. Space Satan, Peter Griffin.
Yeah.
Shao Tucker, and Firelord Ozai.
Yes. And the TikToker was like, this isn't even a competition. Y'all already know Shao Tucker, when it comes to being a bad dad, he's the GOAT. No one surpasses him. And I was thinking about it, and there's an argument that even though he's the only one who's killed his children, he didn't even kill him, actually. Scar did that.
Gave him more legs, gave him a better nose, if even. The ability to see at night.
Shao Tucker was the worst father for the shortest amount of time.
So good dad until one big
Great
deed.
dad. Great dad. They loved him.
Objectively fine father.
Decent dad, at least.
I mean, like, killed their mother.
And then, he did that? Did he do that?
Yeah. So, like, Shao Tucker got a state alchemist license because...
This has nothing to do with being a husband.
Well, fair and honest review. But, like, also being part of us, like, hey, being part of a dad is not killing your mom.
That's true. That's true. That does put a damper on the being a child.
Ignore my knowledge. Keep going.
Well, so that's fair. Here's the thing, though.
Well, where's Zuko's mom?
Also banished because of Ozai.
Yep.
I believe I knew at one point what the deal was, but he was like plotting to kill her or something like that, and then she like made a deal with him and was like, "I'm gonna get out of here."
I'll just if somebody was like, "Hey, I'm gonna kill you," I'd be like, "Hey, man, I'll just exit your life."
Yeah,
I will be gone forever. I'm always down to strike a deal.
It's something like that. I'm definitely like at least semi wrong. People can correct me. I feel like if you want to argue for Shao Tucker, I feel like the argument is that he was, for the least amount of time, a bad father. All these other dads,
I mean, he's not a bad dad in the lead up to the chimerification.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. He's a fine dad, other than killing his wife, for sure. Not great dad material.
Still, technically didn't kill her, just chimera.
Peter Griffin, arguably worse to Meg.
Well, to Meg.
To Meg.
That's 50% hit rate, though.
He like doesn't even know Stewie. They're like never talking to each other.
Oh, well, first off, only Brian can hear Stewie talk, right?
I never know.
Isn't that the rules that only Brian can hear Stewie talk, and then everybody else is like, oh, that's a baby? So like, I feel like there's a couple of, listen, if I'm going to come out and say it, I think Peter being on that list is weird. I think Peter Griffin being on that, listen, he's not a good dad, but he's not a bad dad.
I think he's an awful dad and a worse human being.
I think
just because he's funny.
Nobody in Family Guy, name one person from Family Guy who's a good person. Oh, you're gonna say Brian?
Probably not
the
Brian.
fucking virtue signaling, like, fucking creep that is Brian.
Meg
fucks Chris.
Joe?
Meg
fucks Chris.
That's why one of the funniest moments from Family Guy is Peter walks into Meg's room and he's like, Meg, and she's like walking out in a towel and she's like, Chris, our bath is ready. And he's like, I'm not a good enough parent to deal with this. He just walks out. So at least he's self-aware in that regard.
Yeah.
He's not a good parent. There is moments where he's a good parent to Meg.
Name one.
When Meg is dating that dude.
And he wants to kill him?
And he wants to kill him.
Yeah.
Because that guy's like taking advantage of Meg. That's a pretty good episode for Peter.
Quagmire tries to have sex with Meg the second she turns 18 after preying on her all throughout her teenage years.
Quagmire's not a good person or a
And
good
then,
father.
well, and then he keeps being friends with him forever.
Brian, his dog, tries to sleep with his wife for the entirety of their existence together.
Yeah.
Peter's a forgiving guy.
He's a forgiving guy.
The through line here is that Peter Griffin is a forgiving man.
I guess so.
Of that list, who do you think the worst father is? Genuinely. You think it's Ozai? Or do you think it's Trigun, literal space Satan?
I think it's really Peter.
There's no way it's
really
Peter Griffin.
The image they have of Peter is him whipping Meg with a whip.
My favorite scene of Peter and Meg's relationship is when Meg's like, Peter's outside with like a baseball bat and he hears something in the house and Meg's like, what is it? He turns around and looks at her.
For like 40 seconds. Yeah. It's like, what is it?
me.
What's going on? What's happening? Is everyone okay? Boom. Yeah.
You scared me, Meg.
Yeah.
Oh,
Probably him. Who do you think?
Like, here's the thing. I don't think Show Tucker should be punished because he technically killed Nina.
Talking about?
There's context here. I don't think Show Tucker should be punished because he technically killed Nina because everybody else on the list has tried to kill their children. They just have superpowered children.
I see.
You know, it's like nobody else. All of these people, everybody on this list at least tried to kill one of their children.
Yeah.
Like Firelord Ozai literally challenged Zuko to an Agni Kai.
Well, here's the thing in defense of Ozai,
Okay.
I guess. He purposely didn't kill Zuko.
I guess.
And then he let Zuko back into the fold.
Mm-hmm.
And then never tries to kill him. Only Azula tries to kill him.
I guess. I don't think it's Ozai, personally. If I had to say,
Okay.
it's probably Trigun.
I thought we'd be skipping over Trigun. I didn't know if you knew much about Teen Titans.
I love Teen Titans.
All right.
I mean, it's literally like his entire
Yeah.
thing is like, I'm going to kill Raven and or control her to take over the world.
Yeah, he's bad
He
for
looks
sure.
at Raven as a conduit. Like,
Yeah,
he's like,
yeah.
you were my spawn sent onto Earth to like extend my extermination campaign.
Yeah, but yeah, but that's still spending time with his daughter.
I know you could argue that Show Tucker making Nina into a dog that he's going to get to live with the rest of his life.
I didn't really see him play with the dog though.
Okay, but here's the thing. I would say fair. I would say that Show Tucker it was on the path of science. Trigun on the path of decimation.
Right.
You know?
But it's
Pretty key differentiator there.
I guess so. I feel like Nina was like, if Nina didn't have that line where she's like, "I'm in so much pain,"
Yep.
you know, that's
Someone
what
like
sucks.
to the point where like Scar was like the only like ethical thing he has to do is to like electrocute this thing to fucking death.
That's the worst part about Nina is that it's not just she got turned into a dog. It's that she's like, "Oh, this hurts always." By the way,
And then like also the guy who we all thought was a bad guy literally had to like mercy kill her.
yeah. I guess he is pretty bad. I don't think it's Ozai. Who do you think the best father is? Because you're starting to convince me it's Ozai.
He does like Azula.
He likes Azula.
Yeah.
And he burns Zuko, which sucks, but they've all hurt their children. Like if you're like hurting your child, it means he
You're
can't
a
be
bad
the best.
dad, and you've never met my dad.
That's the baseline.
Neither have I.
Yeah. A bazinga. The baseline is that they all hurt their children.
Yes.
And so once we get to the baseline, Ozai's just like, hey, fuck off. He doesn't turn Zuko into a dog. He isn't constantly whipping or ripping ass in his face.
Okay, all right. Well, hold up. But only Meg doesn't carry permanent scars from what Peter's ever done to her.
I'm sure she does. Just
like
not
mental,
on her face.
Mental, maybe for sure, 100% mental. But like, Zuko is permanently scarred.
I suppose. That's fair.
All right, here's a real question: how many of these people are punished for the deeds that they commit? Peter Griffin is the only person not punished, so therefore he must technically be the best father on this list.
How about this?
Yep.
Out of all of these children, Zuko, Nina, Meg, Raven, who brings up their parents the least? The least. Most is Zuko and or Nina.
Most is Zuko. I'd say it's a two-way race between. Well, Nina doesn't get the chance to bring up her parent. Like by the time that her dad gets shitty, she can barely talk.
My point. Raven never talks about Trigun.
I don't think she wants to. She's literally terrified of him.
I feel like she gets to ignore him pretty easily. Pretty often.
Because he lives in a different dimension doesn't mean it doesn't make him a good dad.
Yeah.
co-parenting. You know, sometimes the best thing you can do is not be present in your child's life.
Who's the final say? Worst father.
I'd say it's a coin flip between worst father,
Yeah.
Trigun.
End of sentence.
I think it's just Trigun.
Yeah.
I don't think it would be. Listen,
What does chat say?
what does chat say is good?
Was literally and psychologically scarred. All of these children were.
No, there's no. Look,
That's a baseline.
we're not talking about good dads here.
Yeah.
Who's worse, Ozai or Endeavor? That's a real question that I want to ask.
Ozai or Endeavor?
Yeah,
Yeah, they're similar.
they're like almost identically the same. And they also are pushing their children for almost the exact same reason because they just want them to be like good fire users. It's Ozai.
What are the best fathers in anime?
Best fathers in anime: Isshin Kurosaki, Ichigo's father. This is gonna be a controversial opinion. Jin Freaks. Understood what his child needed. Was there when it mattered.
Gon's dad?
Gon's dad.
Okay.
Controversial take. Was there when his son needed him. Was able to push him to become the hunter that he always wanted to be. Was kind of the father that Gon needed him to be. For being real. I'm gonna say best dad of all time, but he's not a bad anime dad. Goku's not a bad anime dad. He's just not present.
I don't think
Piccolo. Isshin Kurosaki, Piccolo. Both of the main characters from Buddy Daddies.
I was gonna say both buddy daddies. I don't think I know any
Lloyd
other
Forger.
Fathers. Lloyd's not bad.
Yep.
Lloyd's good. I'd say Sokka's dad.
Ooh, but like kind of like mean to women. You know, like the whole thing is like, oh.
Well, yeah, we haven't seen him specifically being mean to women, but
Yeah, that's true.
Sokka did grow up with sexist values.
Yeah, 100%. It's like, I wonder where he got these.
Yeah,
you know?
the whole tribe is like built in
kind of like you go be healers or something.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, fucking like Katara's like, I'm making a tidal wave. I'm gonna make a tidal wave. You can't stop me. Isshin Kurosaki, both the Buddy Daddies, Piccolo, Lloyd Forger. Last one for 5 here. Why are you looking at this? There's no fathers.
I'm just trying to remember
Garp.
like animes.
Garp,
Garp?
as in like Luffy's grandfather.
Okay.
He's an okay dad.
Was he good to Luffy's dad?
No, I mean Luffy's dad is a terrorist.
Well,
and he's a Marine.
bad
Garp kinda
dad.
just beats the shit out of Luffy, but Luffy kind of deserved it.
Bad dad.
He was a bad kid.
I don't know like any fathers.
They're like purposely left out of the story.
Yeah, they're usually not good or not in the story.
Minato? It's not his fault. I mean, he did know. He put half of Kurama in a baby. Man. Koro Sensei. Final answer. Does that say Garp is pretty good? That's what I'm thinking. I think Garp, Maze Hughes. That's who it is. Maze Hughes loved his kids. Now they're not important. Not important to the story, but great father.
Maze Hughes, incredible father. I disqualify Garp.
He's a grandfather. That's good enough.
Jin as a good dad is a wild take. Brother wasn't doing what's best for Gon. He tried to dip out.
Okay, wait, no, time out. I know everything he's trying to say. Come back to the mic. I'm going on a rant here. Jin literally sets up an entire adventure arc for Gon to follow him. He creates Greed Island with the implicit idea that eventually Gon will get. He makes Greed Island so that Gon can go to Greed Island, leaves him a ring, leaves him a save file, leaves him hints, clues, and ways that Gon can get more powerful so that Gon one day can find him. And that the end goal of Greed Island is that if Gon uses one of the cards to find Jing, he'll be able to. If he uses travel to. But if he uses a company and brings somebody else, Jing, a little on the spectrum, doesn't want to be confronted by a bunch of people simultaneously. It's like, hey, if you use a company, you're going to my bestest friend in the whole world, Pike. I have him tattooed on my arm, and I'm forgetting his name. Something like Pike. I forget his name. Anyways, Jing isn't a good father, but he did do a lot. Gon loves him, and listen, if Gon, the son, loves him, then what do you want from me? Gon was like, oh, I love my dad. I want to go find my dad. Technically,
It sounds like a lot of manipulative shit.
Oh yeah, I mean, maybe, but also Gon didn't want to be stuck on Whale Island his entire life, so Jing gave him a purpose. Jing understood that Gon would be a son of his own true nature.
Listen, I haven't seen it. I don't know. I got a good dad. Light Yagami's.
Oh, Light Yagami, that's a great dad.
Pretty good guy. If we're going grandfathers, Legoshis.
Legoshi's grandfather.
Big lizard guy?
Oh, the big lizard guy. Yeah.
Pretty good.
We never.
We stopped.
We never.
I know. And it was good too. We just, for no reason.
We just stopped.
And then we complained there was no good anime that season.
Because we just weren't watching Beastars. Wow. That is crazy. But before we move any further, I want to talk to you about another sponsor of today's episode, Factor. Are you guys ready to maximize your nutrition this year? To save time all the while hitting those gains? Well, that's where Factor's chef-made gourmet meals come into the equation. See, because Factor wants to serve you up dietitian-approved and ready-to-eat meals in under 2 minutes, so you can fuel your body correctly and not waste any time prepping or cooking or cleaning up meals. See, Factor arrives at your front door every single week fresh and fully prepped, meaning it can fit in any lifestyle. And with 40 options every single week across 8 dietary preferences, it's incredibly easy to pick meals that are tailored to your lifestyle or your goals. Whether you're looking for keto, vegan, vegetarian, or calorie smart. But Factor doesn't just cover lunch and dinner. They have you covered all day long, as they also offer wholesome smoothies, breakfast, to-go bites, and so much more. I know in the upcoming months with my cut, I'm going to be eating a ton of Factor, and I know that Danny is going the other way with his bulk and is also eating a ton of Factor. And that's the beauty of Factor. Whether you're cutting or bulking, it doesn't matter. They have you covered. So it's time to eat smart with Factor. Get started at factormeals.com/Otakus50off and use code Otakus50off to get 50% off your first order, plus free shipping. That's code Otakus50off at factormeals.com/Otakus50off to get 50% off your first order and free shipping. It's time to reach your goals this year with ingredients and meals you can trust. Are we stalling because there's like so much anime to talk about today that like neither of us want to even take on this Herculean task?
Let's get into it.
I don't even know where to start. Should we start with Guilty Gear? Because we literally just watched it.
Yeah, I guess so. I forgot we watched it.
Yeah, it was not inspiring.
That was a bummer.
So yes, me and Danny just sat downstairs and we watched Guilty Gear's first episode. There's 2 episodes out right now.
Guilty Gear Strive Dual Rulers.
Jesus Christ, that's the fucking name.
Yeah.
My God, it sounds like an isekai. How do you know much more Guilty Gear than I do? So I'm gonna let you lead the discussion here.
I know the names of the characters.
Yeah, every time somebody came in, you were like, ooh.
Yeah, I was like a Marvel fan.
You were like a child watching the Minecraft movie. You're like, it's Steve.
Yeah, I know.
That's what we should do tonight.
Watch the Minecraft movie?
Seen Minecraft.
We could?
Yeah.
Yeah, I told Sarah I'd be out late.
Boys, 29.
No, every time someone came up, I was like a soul bad guy.
Yeah.
And
then the fucking big old hunky McDonkey girl came out.
Oh,
and you were
biking.
Biking, and I was like, I'm trying to bike in over to those deities.
Like bicycle ride?
As in like I trip over the Superman
trying to
into him.
biking over?
Yeah, I'm biking over to him.
Fuck, we can't see the Minecraft movie. I just remembered. I didn't bring my flak jacket.
What do you mean your flak jacket?
Should we grab one from Steven?
What do you mean your flak jacket?
You haven't seen? People are tearing up movie theaters.
At
the Minecraft
your fucking
movie.
bulletproof vest.
Yeah, like,
Chicken jockey. Oh, dude, I want to.
Every video I see on TikTok is like chicken jockey from the guy behind him, like.
For Steve, just blood sacrifices.
Yeah, fucking Momoa sends his regards.
But yeah, fortunately, it's a Monday, and also
so kids are in school.
Well, yeah. Also, then the movie theater near me is usually fucking empty. But I kind of want to experience that.
Yeah,
I want to see a movie theater get fucking wrecked. I feel like we're seeing it too late, though.
Yeah, hopefully.
I know.
But anyway, Dual Rulers. It's weird to look at, and I got pretty hopped on last week by all of these 2B Hero X fans from nowhere.
It's the anime of the season.
But this is a weird looking one.
Oh yeah,
because it's like
it's inconsistent. That's what it is.
It's inconsistent, and there's 3 reasons why it's weird. One, it's 3D animation, which is already like
objectively it's 3D animation.
Sometimes it's 3D animation, which is like already kind of a hurdle that has gotten better for me personally. Like,
well, it's just gotten better as well.
Exactly. So it's not a huge hurdle. It's not like gorgeous or anything.
No, I wouldn't say it's.
It's not like a B-Stars or Trigun. No, yeah, it's a very like serviceable.
I wouldn't even say it's mid. I would say it's like slightly above mid. Like it looks. Yeah. I would say the closest comparison would be like Trigun Stampede.
Not as good as Trigun Stampede, I'd say.
The choreography isn't as good. I'd say the animation quality is as good.
If we're like giving it a rating, I'd give the animation quality of Trigun Stampede like a 9. I'd give this like a 7. If like you want to be like, what does this look like? I'd say Trigun Stampede in terms of like, if you were fine with that, you'll be fine with this.
I'm saying like aesthetically, it looks pretty good. Animation quality wise, like the technical like ability applied to it is worse than Trigun Stampede.
Yes. Okay. Yeah, I agree. Because I just keep thinking of that first episode where he like shoots the bombs and it's all sparkly and pretty. But So yeah, it's 3D CG and it looks fine.
But the backgrounds are drawn.
Reason 2 why it's weird is because every now and then something is 2D animation.
And also gorgeous.
Yeah, and really, really good looking. Sometimes not, though. Sometimes it's like a weird looking stained glass window that you would never see on a church because it looks silly as hell.
The first 5 minutes are all stained glass window PNG backlore dumping of the fucking Guilty Gear universe.
Yeah.
And then like a lot of the important fights just switch to 2D PNGs.
Yeah.
It's like 3D like full on combat, like kind of well choreographed. And then when you get to the height of the battle, they're like, we lost all of our budget, and then it just turns to 2D drawn PNGs.
Yeah, it's weird. It does anime-isms that I've never seen in a 3D animated anime. Yeah. Like it'll do where someone's about to like do a big swing and it shows you a PNG and it just kind of like wipes it vertically across the screen three times.
3 up.
Yeah, exactly. It'll like speed lines are going down and it just like shakes the image. I've never really seen that in like 3D anime before.
And it's so interesting because 3D anime is usually cheaper and therefore able to circumvent those issues.
Yeah. You know what? I'd say this is like higher quality than, but similar to the Berserk anime. You remember that shit?
I would say that if the Berserk anime was made with the same level of budget and talent today, it would look like this.
Yeah.
Because the CG doesn't look as good in the the CG doesn't look as bad as the Berserk anime.
Yeah,
it's fucking horrendous.
Yeah.
But it's only because of the limitations of the time. Like they have access to the best technology we have right now, and so it doesn't look bad, but it is bad.
Yeah. Reason 3 why it's weird. I may not have one.
Oh.
I thought I did. Maybe we encompassed it.
Drawn.
It's the mixture. Maybe.
Yeah, it's just like...
But yeah, it does a reverse of what Demon Slayer does, where Demon Slayer is like primarily 2D, and then the backgrounds will be CG, or some characters like the demons.
Monsters, like the giant fish will be, or like the fucking giant wooden dragons will be CG. But like Tanjiro will always be drawn.
Yeah, this is such a weird swap where the characters are CG most of the time, but the backgrounds sometimes are 2D, and then sometimes the characters are 2D.
Yep.
But in a way that's not like 2B Hero X, where like
it's purposeful.
It just sneaks it in on you. Like, so the whole time you're kind of on edge being like, is that 2D now all of a sudden? And then it's only for like a couple seconds and then it goes back to 3D.
Also, some characters are 2D alongside 3D characters. Like the smaller, more demure, less muscular characters are 2D, but the second that like you're a main character from Guilty Gear, you get the 3D treatment, which is so weird.
It's also funny, we talked about this, where what's funny about some of these video game adaptations is that like, so there's a scene where there's a wedding and this character from the game, Johnny, shows up and every other character is in like normal wedding attire.
Like a tuxedo, a wedding dress, something like that. Yeah.
And Johnny just shows up in this like 9-foot long leather duster covered in skulls, 3-foot wide like
Kung
cowboy
Lao
hat.
yeah.
Like, and it's like he has to show up in his like iconic like Johnny character design, regardless of what event he's participating
you can't tell me
in.
that wasn't supposed to be Johnny Bravo. The second a woman walked past me, he's like, I remember the face of every woman I've ever seen. It's like, my God, man, how do you find the time to fight?
I know he does look exactly like Johnny Bravo.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was. We didn't really talk about what it was about, and that's because we didn't have a huge understanding.
Kai Kisuke fucks the world's hottest monster. They have a kid who
Sin Kisuke,
who's got a flag for an ability. He's training with Soul Bad Guy, who's got some hot-ass redheaded partner.
Jacko.
The end ends with Baiken cutting down some no-names. And I think the season is going to be about Sin Kisuke saving his parents and monster racism.
Yeah, so I guess there is monster racism. So Kai and Dizzy, who are, I guess, the queen and king of Castletown.
Yeah.
Actual place. They are being attacked by the villain, Unica, and in this big flashy fight that eventually turns into JPEGs.
Yeah.
And that was rough.
Mind you, JPEG's on the first episode. Like, the episode that's usually like a tech test to show how good this show could look.
Yeah. They freeze themselves in this, like, impenetrable barrier.
Yeah.
So now Sin Kisuke, Kai's and Dizzy's son, is going to try and figure that out, how to save them.
Yeah. Can I be vulnerable for a second?
Sure.
Not my least favorite episode this week.
Lazarus? There's no way. That's crazy. insane.
I got some notes.
All right, we'll wrap this up. I love the Guilty Gear games.
Yeah.
I didn't really expect this to be that good, but I also didn't
I don't
expect
think anybody was.
I didn't expect DMC to be good, and it was.
But
so
DMC,
now I'm kind of
the second you saw
offended.
the trailer, you're like, oh, this could fuck.
I wasn't like that.
Really?
I thought the trailer looked bad.
The second they announced Limp Bizkit was in it, I was like, oh my God, this is my favorite thing of all time.
That helped. The fucking Last Resort trailer definitely also helped. I was like, at least whoever's running the music knows what he's doing.
It's my last resort. Yeah, come on. Suffocation.
But no breathing.
Don't
Yeah,
give a
this-
fuck if I cut my own bleeding.
This was
Makes
just
no sense.
yeah, don't give a fuck if I cut my arm bleeding.
Is it arm or I thought it was cut my own bleeding.
Arm.
Is it cut my arm bleeding?
Yeah.
That makes even less sense. Cut my arm bleeding?
It all started when I lost my mother. No love for myself and no love for another. Searching. What?
What was that song?
That's how it goes.
Oh man, what was that song? Fuck. Now it's gonna just so ad? No, hold up. Fuck. God damn it. Give me a second. You keep talking?
Should I or should I let you?
You keep talking.
I like the Guilty Gear games. Didn't have a ton of hope for this one, but it's really just kind of mid so far. It's mid, and also there was nothing about it that gripped me enough to want to watch anymore.
I will probably watch episode 2.
I'll watch 2 just
Yeah.
to give it more than
I
one.
just want to see what's going on with biking.
It's cool.
That's all I want to see.
Yeah, but yeah, nothing crazy.
It's fine. It's objectively fine. Like I said, not my least favorite episode of the week.
That's crazy.
So we haven't seen episode 2. I mean, I'll probably we'll watch episode 2 next week. It's not like we have anything else to watch this season, because also Last of Us season 2 is out, and apparently we're watching Last of Us.
We gotta watch Yaiba.
We didn't watch Yaiba. We watched the trailer for Yaiba, and Danny showed me a clip of Yaiba, and Yaiba seems like fun.
Looks sick.
But I want to talk about Lazarus because I texted the group chat during this week, and I said, I don't know how many more episodes of Lazarus I have in me, and boy, oh boy, am I standing by that. I have maybe an episode and a half. If Lazarus does not change in the next episode and a half, I have to drop it.
Can I give you 2 opinions of mine that are both simultaneously true?
Okay.
Opinion number 1, I really liked it.
Okay.
Opinion number 2, I watched it today and I don't remember what happened.
Yeah. I'll tell you right now, I didn't write a single note about the plot. I got notes about the plot. No, I fucking don't. They go to the bunkers looking for the doctor.
Yeah, they kind of assemble the team, and he coins their team as Lazarus.
Yeah. Neutron.
They're we're superheroes.
Yeah. So they go to the bunkers because they found out that this guy owns a bunker, and they're like, oh, he's probably in the bunker. He's not in the bunker. It's only the owner of the bunkers at the bunker who's wanted by the FBI, the DIA, the Mexicans, and the Russians.
Yeah.
And just some random black dude with a shotgun as well. And they then are all getting a gunfight, and it concludes with absolutely nothing being accomplished in 24 minutes.
At the end,
They pursue a lead, the lead falls through. That's literally all. That's all that happens.
Yeah. I'm not shocked or even gonna argue with you not wanting to watch more. Mm-hmm. It feels nostalgic to me. I like being in the world.
It feels nostalgic in the way that anime used to
suck.
Yeah, not as good as it currently is. Yeah.
My God.
Oh.
I like the aesthetic a lot. I like the world. I just like watching it move. I'd be down to watch the rest of this while playing Bloons. You know?
That's fair. Because it's in English. And it's also
and that
not
helps.
available in Japanese.
Weird.
I was like, my literal first note is the dub is not good. And it's not.
It's not bad.
Shout out to all the voice actors that were involved in this. I'm sure this just wasn't their best work, but fuck, man.
It's not bad.
It is not good. It's one of the worst dubs I've sat through recently. It's not good.
You didn't watch Sakamoto. Sakamoto, worse. Rick and Morty, worse.
100%. Both agree. In both of those scenarios, I had an option to switch to Japanese. I literally looked and I was like, oh, I can watch it in Spanish. I don't know why the fuck I'm going to watch it in Spanish.
Yeah.
I was trying to switch to Japanese. Not an option.
That's
it's available
crazy.
in Dutch, French, Spanish, and English.
Weird.
Not Japanese.
That's so weird.
Made by Shinichiro Watanabe, but Max doesn't have it in Japanese.
This is the epitome of a mid 2010s Adult Swim anime.
100%.
Like, that's why if you like that kind of stuff, I'm trying to think of an example, like a Ghost in the Shell, the anime, like not the movie, but like one of those anime, Ghost in the Shell, Casher and Sins.
Alita Battle Angel.
Alita, did they make an anime of that?
Alita Battle Angel is an anime.
It's a live action movie. That's what I know.
Is a live action adaptation of an anime.
It is like that, though. You're right. It's like Alita Battle Angel. I'm trying to think of like anime, though, that have that vibe. Like Wolf's Rain has that vibe, but Wolf's Rain fucks.
Yeah.
Did you ever watch Casher and Sins?
No, never even heard of it.
I was like, I remember in like 2011, it came on when Toonami like came back. So I guess like 2017 or something. Toonami was like, we're back. Guess what? Casher and Sins is on the lineup. And I was like, I'm about to be the biggest Casher and Sins fan in the whole goddamn world.
Ironically, what it reminds me of, and we talked about the mangaka because he's the one doing Vigilantes, it reminds me of that like K era, like the anime K. Like it's like Baccano, K, Buchigiri, or no, Buchigiri's coming out recently.
Buchigiri like just came out.
Like Baccano, K.
It's like what's like Aeon Flux?
Yeah,
is that what I'm thinking?
like Eureka 7, like that era of
Steins Gate.
Steins Gate is also a real, but Steins Gate is like objectively the perfect anime. So, but that's like, it's like, it gives that 2013, 2012, like long character model kind of thing. But man, am I not interested by any of these goddamn characters.
Yeah, it's tough.
I don't give a shit about any of them.
Yeah, there's no like Spike, Jet, and Faye have such a good dynamic where like Spike's laid back and chill, but kind of reckless and like, but also really competent. So it's not like you're annoyed by him, you know? And then Jet is annoyed by him because Spike stresses him out, but Jet is like really cool and really tough.
And like a family man and like very much like diametrically opposed to Spike, who's like a ladies' man.
Yeah, he brings heart and like Spike has like this trauma that's kind of like interesting. And then Faye is like really chaotic and constantly like trying to pickpocket and like trying to fuck them over, but also kind of like on their side.
And also my sexual awakening.
Yeah, that's fair. And then Ed is the most it's just a chaos spectrum.
It's 100% a chaos spectrum. And ironically, Spike is second from the highest. Like he's like second. He's the second least hectic person on that crew.
Yeah.
I like that's the thing is like I maybe that chemistry would take more time to evolve, but like I just cannot feel myself being drawn towards any of the characters involved.
Yeah.
I just don't find myself caring about any of them. The musical score, though made by an incredibly talented like combo of jazz musicians, I find very rarely matches the action of the scene. Like they'll just be like having a conversation and for some reason like they'll be and it'll begin to like raise during like a monotone conversation. Like there's just like a little like it just the whole thing seems ill-produced to me. I don't know how to describe it. And I just feel like I feel like they're literally trying to pump the jazz in. Like they have a jazz quota that like they're like, oh, we got like this incredibly talented like cast of musicians to make our jazz like soundtrack here. So let's pump as much in unnecessary tidbits as possible.
Yeah, they're like, we need 30 cc's of jazz.
Yeah,
like,
it's like a contractual obligation that a flute needs to be heard every 12 seconds.
Yeah. Just seeing what people think. Just such a vibe show, and I love the show's vibe. Yeah, that's kind of where I'm at. It's like very vibey. Like I don't mind watching it. There's a couple things that I mind sitting through this week.
Yeah.
There's one thing I minded sitting. Two things I'm
gonna strangle you.
Guilty Gear.
Okay.
I'm like I'm gonna dread next week's episode.
Yeah.
Lazarus, I won't dread. It being in English helps so much.
100%.
100%. So I won't dread that. What do you think the other one is? What do you think the other one that I dread is? What are you so angry about?
Because here's the thing. It could be three options. I know for a fact it's not Vigilantes, because I know you secretly love Vigilantes. I know you're so stoked about Vigilantes' existence, which means the three options are it's Windbreaker, 2B Hero X, or Fire Force. I feel like, the answer to make here is 2B Hero X because you've been an open 2B Hero X hater, even though the comments hate you for that. And I hate you for that.
Nick read two comments that were like, what's Danny talking about? And he's like, you're getting roasted on the spick here.
You're getting absolutely, no, guy on the left knows what he's talking about. All right,
yeah,
buddy?
dude, it was like the guy on the left. We got a comment that was like the guy on the left knows what he's talking about. It is a lot like Arcane. I don't know what the guy on the right's all about.
Yep.
Which was kind of sick because I was like, just a new guy who doesn't even know
audiences,
us.
baby.
Yeah.
And listen, he's got a bias, and it's me.
Also, have you considered how infrequently we say each other's names? That guy could have been listening for like 12 weeks.
I call you Dan all the time. I feel like I say your name a lot. I feel like you don't say my name a lot, though.
There's no reason to say someone's name when you're talking to them. You know?
That's fair, unless like you're like working in like customer service or something. Buddy, can I help you? He is bitching about something.
All right, so what do you think my second lowest episode this week was?
It's Fire Force.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a bummer.
Yeah.
Just slow start.
The literal next episode. It's the one I have the least amount of notes for. All of the notes I have for Fire Force is Hinawa confirmed by ? And then I have
he didn't say no.
He did not. It was as open to he was as opposed to the idea of having a girlfriend as he was a boyfriend. Yeah. So Hinawa, boy kisser.
Or asexual.
Whatever there's also that. That is also a thing that exists. He's gun sexual, baby. He's infern sexual. Yeah. He loves fucking putting people to rest. And then I said, Jesus, Obi, because he was ripped to shreds.
Yeah.
And then I said, Shinra versus Burns next week.
Yeah.
And that fight is, listen, I understand that like it has been 45 minutes of straight up nonsense.
Yeah.
And that's like kind of what I said leaning into the season. I was like, oh, hey, like, are we done, by the way? Are we done with Lazarus? We're done.
Sure.
We're done with Lazarus. I was like going into the season, I was like, this is going to be the most lore-heavy season you've ever experienced. It's never going to get like, oh, AOT, we need to go to the basement.
Right.
Like levels. But there's definitely like a lot of world building that's going to happen here. They have to like paint the picture of what happened in the Great Cataclysm. They have to talk about the pillars. They have to talk about like the Evangelist grand plan, all that. So like that is like, it's going to be more conversation heavy. But like Fire Force does a masterclass in terms of like showing plot through fights.
Yeah.
Like it's like, oh, like this character is fighting here because of this, and like this character believes in this because of this, and like that story is painted through the arc of their fight kind of thing. So after I understand that the first two, and this is I'm saying this to not only Danny but everybody who watches Fire Force for the punchies, the first two episodes are slow. After everything post Shinra versus Burns is gonna be fucking breakneck.
Yeah, no, I got the sensation that like the next one is like the one to get things started.
They should have dropped 3 episodes is what they should have done to begin the season.
Either that or last week should have been 2 episodes.
Yeah.
Because this one was another. So what happened in this episode was they team up with Joker finally, and they still don't really know his motives. They don't really trust him.
Dark hero, baby.
Yeah, he's the dark hero, and
he's dark gothic manga.
And now they're dark gothic manga.
You're so untapped into the world. I love that about you.
Oh, Elon.
There we go. Yeah.
You said MAGA.
I don't know. You want me to get the dick writer's name right?
You saying MAGA would have helped me is all.
I don't fucking know.
But did you see he crashed out? He did a Path of Exile stream, and everyone kept telling him to die.
During the tutorial?
Yeah, he
that
quit
was really
during
funny.
the tutorial. He was like,
he died in the tutorial.
He died in the tutorial after being exposed for lying about having like one of the top best characters in the game.
Yep.
And then he kept dying in the tutorial, and everyone kept telling him to kill himself in real life.
Yep.
And then he went, lost connection, and then turned off his computer.
Yeah, his fucking Starlink cut out.
Yeah.
He should kill himself, though.
Yeah, that'd be sick.
Yeah.
That'd be for the best.
Yeah.
But Fire Force, not a lot happened. Yeah, I'm excited for the punchies. When Fire Force punches, it punches so well. I was thinking the other day about the bit in season 1 where they're like in the tunnels and it's just a fucking scrappy ass fight against the White Clad where it's like Maki and what's her name? The Lecher one.
Tamaki,
Maki and Tamaki just fucking going at it, and then the Latam girl comes in with a lead pipe, bashes the dude.
Yeah, and they just bash his brains
out.
Yeah,
they just beat the shit out of the guy.
I was gonna say, which time when they're fighting in the Nether, because they do it in both season 1 and season 2.
In season 1, they're in the Nether. In season 1, when they're just beating a dude with a lead pipe. And I love...
Not my favorite moment in Fire Force maybe ever.
That shit's great. I love him. I love...
Quinoa?
Whoever's maybe bisexual Quinoa. Just awesome. I've never
him blowing the barrels up and like absolutely shooting sonic blasts at Arrow.
Yeah,
so sick.
Him just having like a whole like fucking guitar case of barrels to replace. He's just sick. He's just always sick. I like that they've made guns in a world of powers seem really cool still.
100%.
They Fire Force is so like fucking loosey goosey with. its own premise, though.
I guess, kind of. Like, they definitely, like, there's times when they're like, the electricity is fire. And I'm like, not really, though. Like,
Yeah.
no. Like, don't worry, how Maya can control electrical signals and, like read minds and control people's emotions. And I'm like, I don't really think that's an ignition ability, but okay, that's fine.
That's what I mean. Yeah, it'll be like, I was willing to stretch with some where it's like, oh, Arthur makes plasma.
Yeah.
Whatever. I'm no
Chiron
scientist.
can control kinetic energy. I'm like, yeah, that's heat. Like,
Yeah.
kinetic energy like, translates to heat.
Cool, that checks out. Benny Maru can light things on fire and then I guess move that fire.
He's the only second, third generation.
Yeah, well, so I guess the bit is that like when he lights something on fire, then he can move that object around.
Oh yeah, like a
rocket.
Like he's
Yeah.
basically Shinra. Yeah.
And then one chick's just like, I read minds because I have fire
The fucking
powers.
sixth pillar can make radiation lasers. Like, there's a lot of fucking. They're definitely stretching how far fire can go, but there is a somewhat consistent through line.
Yeah.
I love it. I'm so excited.
I also love it.
So season 3 is gonna be a lot more fun. This episode wasn't fantastic, but it's all uphill from here. And I think that's going to be great for everybody because this is probably outside of 2P Hero X, the biggest anime of the season. So people are definitely waiting on it being good.
I don't know though, because my TikToks about My Hero Vigilantes did so goddamn well, which leads me to believe someone cares about it.
It's on the up and up.
Yeah.
Let's see. Let's check the ratings here.
Let's check it.
Let's do a little.
Are you done with Fire Force?
Am I done? As in, oh yes, I like in terms of talking about it. Yes.
Yeah. Because let me tell you, if people aren't watching Vigilantes, they got to start.
It is so refreshing to see an MHA fight happen with good animation.
Yeah.
Seeing Eraserhead, wow. So go ahead and take a guess for me in terms of viewership where My Hero Academia Vigilantes falls this season.
In terms of like ranking?
In terms of ranking.
I want to say, I think Fire Force, because last we checked in terms of like what people are excited about, Fire Force was number 1.
Yep.
I think it's probably maybe still there. If you tell me it's moved down, I wouldn't be shocked because these 2 episodes were so slow. I think Fire Force is 1. I think slots 2 and 3 are some like isekai gooner shit I've never heard of before.
Fair. Always good to know.
And then I think 4 is Vigilantes.
6.
I was so
Now, this
close.
is according to my anime list, so it's technically not streaming numbers. I don't know how to check streaming numbers.
I don't either.
But also the new episode came out today.
Oh,
so
I wonder if I could check this.
it's kind of hard to judge.
Crunchyroll's like, likes and stuff maybe.
What do you think?
Okay, wait, here we go. What should we compare it to? So Vigilantes has like 5,000 reviews.
Okay.
5.1 thousand reviews.
Well, Fire Force is unfortunately going to have a bunch more on account of the fact that it has both season 1 and season 2.
Okay, actually, I'll see this then. Episode 2 of Vigilantes. 2.3 thousand likes.
Okay. I mean, mind you, it only came out today.
Okay, episode 1 of Vigilantes.
Yeah.
My God.
Probably for the best.
My God.
It's Monday.
10.6K.
Okay.
Episode 1 of Fire Force season 2.
That seems fair.
Fire Force.
Fortunately, we can't check Lazarus.
Fortunately, yeah.
I'm guessing
Okay.
52, 53.
43.1.
Yeah.
Wow, smoked.
I'm telling you, it's the most popular anime of the season right now.
I didn't think so many people. I thought I was like Fire Force's only fan, to be honest.
Episode 1 and 2. That's the thing. It's like, well, it's been gone for 5 years.
Yeah.
So everyone's like, oh, Fire Force. Like, who's a fan of Fire Force?
Right.
It's us. We're like, when we were like, oh, I'm so excited to see Fire Force again. That's a fucking indication that other people might be excited.
Yeah.
What do you think? So, Vigilantes.
Yep.
On my anime list, sitting at, what do you think, out of 10?
Out of 10?
Yeah.
8.3?
7.5.
Absurd.
Lower
Ridiculous.
than Lazarus at 7.7. And Fire Force at an 8.1. And Windbreaker with a season-defining highest rating on my anime list. I'm scrolling. Oh, tied with the newest season of Black Butler. I apologize. At an 8.14. Making Windbreaker Season 2 the most positively viewed up until this moment episode of
Work it out.
this anime season.
To be fair, it's like 6 people reviewing it.
It is 113,000 people.
There's no way.
Third most popular anime this season. I don't know what you want from me. You are the way.
Why am I the only Vigilantes
The way
fan?
you've gotten so miserly in your old age, you don't enjoy any of the things you used to. Windbreaker is just a show about fights. It's just a show about fights, and then here you are. It's like I don't like that the main character's got 2 different colors of hair.
I didn't say I didn't like this season of Windbreaker.
You're always on the edge.
We're not on it. Yeah.
You know what you are? You're white hair racist. That's what it is. Because you half like Windbreaker because Sakura Hakura's got half white hair, and then in comes Nice with 2B Hero X, and you hate it because he's full white.
I like Gojo. I arguably only like Gojo.
But he's not in the story as much as you like.
I like Kakashi.
But they're not main characters. You don't like it. You don't like it when they rise up. You don't like a main character white hair character.
Yeah, is that
too much. You're like, there's too much white hair. There's like no white hair.
I know there's not a lot
outside of Nice and half of Sakura Hakura.
That's not fair.
Very rare. They're usually side characters. It's too much. They're too sexy for a main character.
It's too much power.
Gintama?
Inuyasha?
Inuyasha.
Inuyasha for sure. Gintama, I think, has blue hair, doesn't he?
He does have blue
All
hair.
right.
It's light, but it's blue.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it might just be. Well, Inuyasha's not his name. We're embarrassing.
What are you talking about?
Inuyasha's not his name. Isn't it Seishin or some shit like that?
I don't know. I'm not 40.
I might. Fair and honest. Inuyasha. Lu Guang.
Atsushi. Yeah, that's
Sashimaru. Yep.
What the fuck does Inuyasha mean?
Fuck if I know. I'm not 40.
Whoa.
I'm not 40 and bi-curious.
Arthur vs. Dragon is gonna break the internet.
Oh, it's gonna be
That
fucking
sounds hype.
awesome. Arthur vs. Dragon's gonna be fucking awesome. So yeah, not a lot to talk about with Fire Force this week. Do you want to talk about Vigilantes? Because you won't shut the fuck up about it.
Yeah, it's awesome. I don't understand why everyone's not into it.
You know what my favorite part of Vigilantes is? You know, like how in My Hero Academia, everyone's like, oh, stop sexualizing the minors. Like, oh, fucking, like, they're all 14 and 15. Why is Momo wearing this, like, super revealing outfit? You know what's really dope about Vigilantes? Everyone's over 18.
Yeah.
Except for Popstar, the miniskirt wearing idol.
That's tough.
She's 14.
I didn't realize she was so young.
Yeah. The manga shows her graduating high school at the end.
Whoa.
And so, yeah. The main character, Crawler.
20.
Crawler,
Yeah.
20.
Yeah.
Knuckle Duster, everyone calls him Old Man, 45.
Yeah.
The miniskirt wearing,
Ugh. Damn it.
popping around,
Stop it.
constantly upskirted character.
Stop it, Japan.
14.
Ugh.
I'm sorry. I apologize.
Yeah, the mini
She's supposed to be anywhere between 13 and 15. We're not quite
The
sure.
mini skirt wearing girl whose power is jumping over people.
Yeah.
Yeah, sick.
Yeah,
Cool.
She's the one.
Thanks, Japan.
Yeah, so. What were you saying about Vigilantes?
Well, that's also annoying that, like, that's what's annoying to me about how anime characters are drawn, because she looks the same age as them.
Else. Exactly.
Like, if you're gonna draw a 14-year-old, like,
Make him look 14.
Yeah, make him look
They
like
used to in the 90s.
Yeah.
They used if you go back and you watch Yu Yu Hakusho, they're all middle schoolers. The girls and boys are drawn like middle schoolers. And then somewhere in the early 2000s, everyone's brain broke and they were like, well, what if we make these 14-year-olds look 25?
Yeah.
And then you're like, well, fucking, what do I do now? This is weird because they look like a character that should be of age, but they're not of age. And now they're fucking shooting guns and drinking and fucking, like, in death games.
Yeah.
I'm like, this is not a situation a 13-year-old can find themselves in. It's a fucking weird thing.
nah, it's ridiculous.
There's no need to do it.
I love Vigilantes
Great.
so far. It's
Fun
awesome.
time. It's watching. I realized I love Vigilantes when I finally got to watch fucking Eraser, like have a
Move.
have a high quality, like beautiful fight against Knuckle Duster.
Yeah, the animation's awesome.
Very good.
Yeah,
the art style is gorgeous.
The colors are great.
Everyone's got a little shine to them.
Yeah, everyone's shiny.
Everyone's got a little pink shine, which I love.
I really like that, which I love. They got the best shine.
They say good. They say when it comes to shine, no one does it better than us. China, they don't know shine. I know shine.
They're gonna call it Dimna. No, that didn't work.
What?
Hold on. Because
hold
on.
No, I got you.
I skipped a step because the bit was
They're dimming in
China, more like China.
Oh,
That's where I was at. And then I
gotcha.
was like, wait, no, that doesn't work because I'm saying they don't have shine.
Everyone calls it China. I say no.
I like
Dimna.
I know. I did
They got dim sum. They dim their anime. They're Dimna.
good. That's better. I got to the punchline without any of the setup.
That's why
it's the problem.
That's why we're writing better.
Yeah, thanks. I appreciate it. Fucking Yeah, it's also just classic My Hero shenanigans where you get someone with a lame-ass power.
Nothing's being accomplished, I'll tell you that right now.
What do you mean?
Fundamentally, what's been accomplished in the first 2 episodes, though.
Yeah, they beat some people up, I guess.
I mean, it's Hollow of the Week, for sure.
Yeah. But, like, you get a dude who's, like, got a lame-ass power, uses it in a way you didn't expect.
Can we... The fucking 4-armed playtime giant is a top 5 My Hero Academia villain. Like, the entire Gigantamakia's entire ability is that he's bigger than buildings.
Yeah.
And there's that, and like he's got toughness and a bunch of other quirks. But like this motherfucker's got 4 arms, looking like a Hindu god, fucking meandering down Main Street.
Yeah.
Should be like a top 5 MHA villain, and they're just like, oh, Knuckle Duster's gonna try and figure this out.
I guess he's nerfed by his intelligence. Like, he has to behave like a child.
Yeah, 100%. But like also it puts into perspective what I love about this is like that giant, hugely intimidating like monster that nobody stands a chance against, and then fucking Aizawa just gets to show up and be like, nuh-uh.
Yeah.
Like they fucking the nuh-uh, your powers are off ability is so fucking broken in a world where 80% of people are hinging their powers on their quirks.
Yeah, no, I agree. I wrote, Aizawa's never fought just a big guy before.
Yep.
That was funny.
The funniest part about that is Aizawa walks into a park, sees a masked dude wearing knuckle dusters, wearing like iron, what's the word?
Brass knuckles.
Brass knuckles, shaking a supposedly a businessman down. And then he's like he fights against him, tries to turn off his quirk, and he's like, well, he wasn't doing anything illegal. And like, yeah, he fucking was. It was extortion.
Well, it was funny too because I kind of had an opposite note where I went, whack that Aizawa can just profile an innocent guy, beat the shit out of him in the middle of the street, call the police on him after finding out he's innocent, and then just walk away.
Yeah.
That seems wild that he can like...
All in the hero license, baby.
Yeah, he can kick the shit out of him and then find out he's innocent and be like, my bad, bye.
Yeah, and then by the way...
Don't do it again.
By the way, the guy with the mask, go get him.
Yeah. Yeah, and then tip the police off to him.
Yeah, just like go kneecap this guy real quick.
I like that. I love Knuckle Duster.
He's great.
He's just a fun guy. I like that he's like, I like that he's just a big guy.
You also love his punchline.
Oh, like, I'm here instead or whatever?
I'm here as well.
Yeah, I'm here as well is good. That's really good. I like his... I like that he's just a big guy punching with brass knuckles. But I also liked how he's like, I got you some body armor so you can move even faster and safely. Yeah. And I'm like, I like that he's like one of these like, hey, moshing is fun, only if it's safe, though.
I put a mouth guard in.
Yeah, exactly.
It's literally the plot of Kick-Ass.
Yeah.
It is the plot of Kick-Ass. He's like, you can't feel? It doesn't matter. Still put some fucking pads in there, Aaron Taylor Johnson.
Yeah.
I love the brick scene. I feel like we've been heavy on the bricks the last couple of weeks. Seeing Knuckle Duster fly in and just flatline 2 motherfuckers with a brick. Incredible.
Yeah, that was great.
Absolutely great.
That'd kill a person. We've been over this.
100%.
I mean,
I'd survive it, but...
At one point, yeah, you think you'd survive a brick to that?
Depends how. I mean, who's throwing it?
I think
Skeens?
I genuinely think a toddler could throw a brick at your head and you die.
Toddler couldn't pick up a brick. I'd throw a toddler at a brick. See him survive that. I forgot you were here.
He's here.
Do you love Jotaro showing up in the alley to fight another fucking fellow cyborg? Yeah. Everyone, like, it's like too small to be Jotaro, but everyone's hat is their hair.
Yeah.
Fucking Knuckle Duster's hat is his hair. Fucking Jotaro shows up in the alley, hat is his hair.
Yeah.
So silly.
That was funny. I wrote, at one point, Knuckle Duster goes, you need to focus to stay hard. And then I wrote, bro, same.
Stop punching me, please. You're breaking my attention. No, it is fun to see like his intellect shine through for sure.
Yeah.
I love the DARE campaign they shoehorned in as well. Being like, wow, drugs are bad. And I was like, oh, thanks, the middle school fucking ruffians.
Dude, I love those ruffians. I love that like he Sliding Glide shows up and he's like, my name is the Crawler. And they're like, hey, wait, you're a nice guy. Mm-hmm. You're the dude who takes out trash everywhere. Man, that's awesome. Good for you.
Thanks for uplifting our community.
Yeah, I was like, dude, just roll with this. Like
just be a nice guy.
Yeah, you turn their moods around. Like, just be like, hey, don't do this, please. They'd probably say yes.
That was kind of his approach anyways. Like, what are you going to do? Like, slide into them real hard? Okay, I have a question for you. As a person who hates when MHA powers scale beyond their preset definitions, how do you feel about him sliding on walls?
That's not entirely true. I like when their abilities, like, naturally progress.
Grow with them.
I don't like when they get a different ability.
Fair, honest.
That's ridiculous. Like, even Deku, flicking so hard that it makes a ranged projectile,
Yeah.
I'm cool with. I don't love when he's like, oh, I put on gauntlets. Now I do it like a submachine gun.
Yeah.
That's weird. Whatever.
They just so they could show the fucking Zoom eye girl. They just loved having Deku get a face full of her tits every time her door explodes.
I know. She kept giving him shit that he never used ever. She gave him that like submachine gun one. He uses it once on Gentle Criminal.
I think because he doesn't really need it.
Because now he has more powers.
Because, he's got fucking Black Whip and float and shit.
But, so yeah, I don't like when they get new powers, or it's like, if a naval laser was like, now I can shoot lasers out of my feet, like Shinra. It's like, no, you can't. That's not your power.
I'm sure they could do that, though. I mean, like, a big part of the last season was him redirecting his lasers.
I just, like, it needs to be, like, believable.
Yeah.
Like, within the rules.
And you think him sliding on walls and shit was believable?
Like, yeah, absolutely. Because he's like, I slide on surfaces.
Yeah.
If anything, when he was about to get smashed by the big guy, I thought he was gonna like slip around and up him. Yeah. Like, does it
like
suction
Kratos
him?
On Kronos?
Yeah. Wow, what a sentence.
Thanks.
Like Kratos on Crone. Yeah, I thought that was believable. I saw it coming.
So is it still the worst quirk in existence? Backed yourself into one there, didn't we, buddy?
Listen.
Yeah. I'm sure you don't want to be fucking eyeball squeeze guy now. The fucking the human stress doll.
Dude, that guy kills at parties.
I'm aware that he kills at parties until fucking somebody's like, and slaps his eye out of his face.
People have brought...
Nice bit, bro. Go for a dap. Fucking rip it out. What about human squeegee bottle? Did somebody bring him up?
I brought him up.
You brought squeegee bottle up.
You're at a party. Devin McAllister's. It's the biggest of the year. Amy's there. Oh my God, I didn't think she'd be here. I barely got invited to this. I'm human squeegee boy.
Yeah?
She's never gonna go to prom with me. Uh-oh. She spills all of the beer all over the coffee table. Devin's parents are gonna be home in 5. They're out of wipes. Squeegee dude, coming in.
Why would a squeegee...
Shirt off. Squeege. Wiped. All the beer's gone. No one's the wiser. Parents come. Hey guys, we brought pizza. Amy, she's kissing you. The whole room clapping.
You'd rather
You're
have
prom king.
You'd rather have the squeegee power for that one specific ability than, oh, by the way, I'm Spider-Man but stupider.
Yeah, you know why? Same scenario. Beer spills. Devin's parents coming home in 5 minutes. Slide and glide. Zips on out of there. Yep. He's gone.
Yeah, okay, cool. So you don't have to get in trouble. Also, why is there beer everywhere if Devin's parents are home in 5 minutes? Why are we throwing a party at Devin's house if his parents come back halfway through the lecture?
They didn't know it was a mistake. They were like, uh-oh, our reservation got canceled. We're coming home, it turns out.
Gotcha.
You fucking watch a movie.
Oh, watch a movie? I lived it, Dad.
Yeah.
I lived it. My mom would go to our lake house every weekend. I would throw parties. I threw so many parties at my house that my mom sold our house and got a smaller one. Because she was like, yeah, you'll be embarrassed to hold parties here. And you know what? I was. So I stopped doing it. She was right.
Anti-party measures.
She literally sold my childhood home at 16 because you're throwing too many parties.
Whoa.
I was fucking sick in high school, dude. I'm pretty sure I peaked.
No, listen, I was definitely being inflammatory, saying Slide and Glide's quirk is like bad. I'm probably going to continue to do that.
100%. Because people are stupid and they're like, how dare he say this?
Yeah, because it gets views.
Yeah, of course.
But also because
Egypt's number one hero is just Flat Stanley.
Is a hieroglyph. Yeah. But I'm planting a seed. I'm setting up a payoff because I know my hero's whole shtick is giving someone a lame power and then eventually showing them do it in a really cool way.
Yeah.
People have brought up, if he takes off his shoes, does he have 10 points of contact?
Do you want to find out? Do you want to see him?
Does he just figure that out?
Do you want to see him on like? No, I'm just saying.
Oh.
Do you want to see him like a drawn Sonic meme? Just bust out the concrete stompers.
Toes?
Just use like one pinky toe and one middle toe and one big toe, and it's just like a long distended scene of him gripping concrete.
Well, he could do more than 3 points of contact. It's not like he has to keep the other toes up.
I know, but do you want a fucking close up shot of his toes to figure out how many points of contact he has?
Just be like Toph. Like take the soles out of his shoes.
Toph doesn't wear shoes.
She wears soleless shoes sometimes.
Does she?
Yeah.
I don't remember her ever wearing shoes.
I think she does. Oh, no. Lin Beifong does that. She has shoes that are like metal and she can like get rid of the soles.
I was like, I'm pretty sure Toph. I think Toph wears shoes once and then she's like super blind because of it or something.
Yeah.
I don't remember.
I forgot she needs to see.
Yeah. Side note, Michaela was talking about being Toph the other day in a TikTok. I already told you this, but I'm telling my audience, our audience. And she like her editors,
How dare you?
Her editors put up a photo of her being like 13, and I was like, I'm gonna send you this as like, I was like, feel free to take this as a compliment because it kind of is. You look younger now than you did when you were 13 years old. She looked like at 13 years old, she looked like a girl you would meet at like a farmer's market who would be like 25, but like no one believed she was 25, and she'd invite you back her to her convent. Terrifying. Terrifying. I spent like 20 minutes making fun of her. It was great.
I could tell because that was such a thorough and elaborate roast. Yeah,
she liked it. It was good. I told her I'll text her back in a couple weeks when I have more mean things to say. Outside of that, anything else on Vigilantes?
No, I just like it. It's just well made. It's fun.
What's your favorite episode of the week?
Nope. We got two left.
We got two left.
We got two left.
We got two left. Was it Windbreaker?
I'll be honest, if Windbreaker was in English, I'd like it 10 times more.
So incredibly fair. Except the Japanese voice cast is fucking stacked.
They're really good.
It's like 5 of Japan's best voice actors.
Yeah.
It's like fucking Inosuke, Bakugo, Gojo. There's a couple of other ones. Like there's the fucking voice cast for Windbreaker is insane.
The problem with Windbreaker is I want to just kind of turn my brain off.
100%.
And like, because I don't care about what they're saying.
True.
And so like, I'd love it to be a show where I can just barely pay attention to the words and enjoy the fights because the words aren't all that interesting.
Simply barely matter.
What'd you think of this episode?
I thought this episode was awesome. Listen, every week, and I don't know if it's your negativity that is fucking in slowly but surely.
You're more negative than I am.
Weaseled it. How dare you? What was the last show I hated? Tell me. What was the last show I hated that you didn't?
We hate similar things often.
Well, we're sitting here right now. You're hating on Tubi Hero X. You're hating on Guilty Gear. All things that I'm like,
You didn't like Guilty Gear either.
I didn't mind Guilty Gear.
Lazarus.
Tu and Shay. Anyways, Windbreaker was awesome. So Kaji is Bakugo, if you can't tell. The guy with the candy and the headphones. He's Bakugo's voice actor. And like, the show is so funny. Because anytime a fucking person opens their mouth, I'm like, oh, that's that character. That's that. Like, all of them are like ridiculously like well-known voice actors. I don't know how they can afford it.
Yeah.
I genuinely, like, I don't know how.
I don't know where the money came for this whole season.
China loves China loves Windbreaker.
China and
they have Windbreaker themed cafes.
I was gonna say China and I assume Japan love an anime jacket.
They love delinquent anime.
They love delinquent anime. They love
Tokyo Revengers was so big in Japan. They had ads in the subway, like them all dressed as subway workers, advertising for the subway.
Well, that's what I'm saying though. Like China and Japan love an anime that can cross brand with a fashion brand.
Yeah.
Because it's Tokyo Revengers, Windbreaker, which are both delinquent anime. Yeah. Guess what? Counterpoint: Blue Lock. Also ginormous fashion-wise. Like, just anytime I saw like
Blue Lock is big in Japan. It's massive in Japan.
Huge. And I see so many people at cons and like online, like in Japan, like wearing Blue Lock colors. Whether it's like the blue with the black vertical stripes, or they have like a white get up at one point.
Yeah. An away jersey or some shit.
Yeah. They just like fashion. They like being able to, but fashion that's not like, you know, Goku smoking a blunt on a graphic tee.
Oh, you don't like the Supreme Gokus? How fucking dare you? Mall kiosk staples.
They like subtle anime fashion that is like clearly from a show, but if someone didn't know, they're like, oh, you just look good.
Man, you should never go to Japan.
Why?
You get eaten alive out there.
What does that mean?
They're fucking Tokyo fashion. Tokyo fashion is crazy, dude. People be stepping out.
I don't know what you're warning me of.
I'm telling you, dude, you feel self-conscious about your fashion. You've been upping your fashion, which is telling you.
I'm wearing chains and wine.
I'm telling you, it's bad for you to go to Tokyo in the beginning because you're still in the nascency phase of updating your fashion. Like you started caring a couple months ago, and you're still like you're figuring out your voice in the space. You're like, oh, I'm Dan. I wear hats, maybe. I wear chains. I have Renaissance pants. I like where your fashion's going a lot. You're going very Cali with it. But you go to
just be mean already. You're
going to Tokyo. You're gonna get eaten alive.
What do you mean?
Everyone's so well dressed. Tokyo street fashion, especially if you go to like the street fashion areas, like
you act like you're so much more well dressed than me. You're wearing a Totodile.
I'm in my home
and sweats.
I'm in my home, Danny.
I'm in your home too.
I have not an ounce of hesitancy when I say I am the best dressed anime male content creator on Earth.
That's incorrect.
100%.
That's incorrect.
Right-handed
Does Isaac make anime content technically?
Isaac doesn't make anime content.
Does Dom?
Dom doesn't make anime content. I'm saying specifically.
Then I guess so.
I'm saying specifically anime content.
Then I guess so. But you are not the best dressed of our friends.
There's 4 people in LA who I acknowledge dress better than me. And I know you're all gonna be like, oh, Nick, you're not dressed well right now. This is this is PJs. I'm wearing PJs. We are 30 feet from my bed. There's 4 people in LA that I will fully acknowledge dress better than me. Isaac, Nathan Mai, Dom, Joel's. That's my list.
I guess those are mine too then.
Yes. I acknowledge that. I'm trying to get on their level.
Uh-huh.
But I put that shit on.
Fiction?
He's wearing that at leisure half the time.
Hey, it looks good.
I'm not going to say.
No, he's wearing like cut up, shredded shit.
What he's got under the fucking. I want his body.
Yeah.
I'll take his body tomorrow.
Fiction looks good at an event.
I'm not saying the fiction doesn't look good.
At an event, the stuff he wears.
I'm just saying.
I'm just saying too.
When it comes to anime content creators,
I'm just saying.
I'm as good as it gets.
No one else is trying.
That's low bar.
Well,
I've never said I couldn't hurdle over a low bar, Dan. What do you want from me here? Come on. I'm not saying I'm beating fucking fiction Kaye or wisdom Kaye in fashion here. Neutron, if you want to go. Neutron, come here.
The other day, I meant to bring this, but
go out.
I didn't want to bring a necklace to my boxing thing.
Go.
I bought a necklace that's like a little gold chain with a tiny pocket knife. Functional pocket knife.
Kind of nice, actually.
It's pretty sick. Hold on, let me show you.
Oh, can I give you a little bit of insight here?
No.
Oh, what the fuck?
No, you've been mean to me.
I have not been mean to you. I've said that you're on the journeyed path of becoming.
Here, it's like this one. I got that at the flea market. It's sharp. It's scary to wear.
Yeah, well, I mean, only if you open it.
It's a little fold-out pocket knife. Well, you gotta open it.
You simply don't.
You gotta put it like a V.
Yeah, that's ridiculous. You don't have to do that at all. It's actually quite dangerous.
I don't wear it while driving. Don't want to get stabbed in the neck.
Good choice, actually, yeah. Can I show you? Dorothy's making an anime collection.
Okay.
Let me show you. I've been helping her. This is actually for all of you guys to know as well, because Dorothy is.
Bro's wearing a Totodile t-shirt.
Totodile t-shirt goes hard. How dare you? Here, take this. Take this. That's Dorothy's anime collection.
Okay. Tanjiro earrings, a classic.
Hanafuda.
Nimbus bracelet.
Yep. No. Akatsuki clouds. Technically Nimbus though.
Akatsuki clouds. What's the fucking sword?
Yes, the inverted spear of heaven.
Inverted spear of heaven. Earring? Necklace. 2 bananas and a sword.
2 bananas and a sword?
Yeah. One's a keyblade.
No, that's the key to Aaron's basement.
Oh, I see.
Which is why it's also a charm alongside the fucking Scouts regiment. Yep.
Death the Kid's bolo tie.
Isn't that sick?
That's pretty cool.
Isn't it cool?
That's pretty cool. Where's my Beyblade ring?
How about you text her the Beyblade idea? Because I don't have to fucking orate it for you. Uh-oh, I just deleted all of my notes. Oh no, I opened it.
All right, Windbreaker. Yeah.
This music, out of all the soundtrack,
good music.
The soundtrack fucks, dog. It's so much fun. It's just J-rock, but like no one uses J-rock enough because J-rock rips. Their guitar solos are awesome. It does such a good job of building the action. Man, I'd say if there's one thing about Windbreaker that's better than all of the of all of the modern day anime, it's the ability to build a matching soundtrack.
Yeah,
it's bitching. Like it's like listening to like Windbreaker reminds me of like what it must have felt like being like 2006 divorced father listening to Chevelle.
Yeah,
and then you're just like, oh man, they did this just right.
Yeah,
man, so much fun.
Pretty good.
Oh, it's fun. It's just like I just like all of the fights wrapping up was really cool. I loved like the resurge of all of Bofarin coming back and winning. The guy with the headband drop kicking the fuck out of that dude.
Yeah.
Let me drop kick you.
Drop kick me.
Really?
I'll dodge it.
No, that's no fun.
Where are you gonna hit me?
Square in your chest. I'm gonna cave that shit. I'm gonna make that dent bigger.
Okay.
I would forfeit our fight. If I got to drop kick you.
I'll let you drop kick me in the fight if you let me get a few believable hits in.
Sure.
Yeah.
100%.
Like make it look like I have a shot.
Yeah. And then I have to drop kick you out of desperation and then like ref disqualifies me.
Yeah.
100% I would.
Okay.
In a fucking heartbeat. I'll debate you in I'll debate you in pig Latin. I'll do it backwards. I'll try and say all my words backward if I get to drop kick.
Okay.
I would love that. Man, it looks so satisfying.
Yeah, it
I've
does
never
look
even
good.
tried.
It looks like it hurts you as much as it hurts the other guy because you have to fall.
You kick and then you land in like a push-up.
Yeah, but if you're worried, if half of the attack is you worrying about landing safely, then that's half you could be worrying about damage.
I'm not worried about it. You're going to fall, what, 3-4 feet? You'll be okay. You just go, boop.
I guess so.
And then you get up with the knowledge and the satisfaction that you just drop kicked a motherfucker.
I feel that. That's fine.
God, I want to do it so bad.
Okay.
God, I want to do it so. It seems like so much fun. Just a full sprint.
I feel like it'll knock my teeth out, even though you're hitting me in the chest.
Oh, you'll kick out. Like, you'll spit out a lot.
Like a fucking, like, Courage the Cowardly Dog moment where just all of my dentures just come out of my face.
100%. God, his teeth were terrifying.
I liked it. Not that you asked. You just assumed I hated it.
I was waiting for you to tell me openly that you enjoyed it.
I liked it. I just like the way it looks.
It's gorgeous.
It just looks so much better than season 1. Not even like the amount of
exactly like season 1.
Sometimes I just wonder if like your glasses even allow vision through them.
I don't wear these are aesthetic glasses.
I've seen you wear them though while you watch things. You're wearing them right now and you're looking at me. You're not looking at a screen.
What part of aesthetic?
I know, but you wear them while watching stuff.
I wear it. Yeah, I mean they're blue light protectors.
Yeah, but you have such weird opinions on animation.
Season 1 looks like season 2.
Disagree.
There's no, fundamentally it's animated by the same people. The seasons are a year apart. There is
it's
almost
like the difference between JJK season 1 and 2. Like borderline to the point where this looks like JJK now. Not in terms of like, oh my God, this is like groundbreaking animation. Like the art style is different.
I right back at you. What are you talking about?
What do you mean? It's
what are
different.
you talking? It looks exactly the same.
It looks different. It looks way different. The color palette is way different. Yeah, they're in a new location.
They're in a fucking warehouse.
They're in a different location. Great color palette. Love it. Season 1 looks like an anime from like 2010. Like season 1 looks like Food Wars to me. Season 2 is like a real modern ass. It looks like a Chainsaw Man, a JJK season 2.
And they like made it shinier.
No, it's like flatter even, honestly. I don't know, just something about the colors and stuff.
We gotta kick the chat here. We gotta. Nick's glasses aren't real? No, they're not.
Yeah, they're not.
I have perfect vision. Everything about me is perfect.
Disagree square to bingo, that's fair.
Oh, true.
Protects them from the blue light. Barely. What do people feel about take Danny? You're wrong, Aaron. Mods, get Aaron out of here.
Don't get Aaron out of here. They're a paying customer.
No one wants to agree or disagree, so I'm right.
I don't know. Actually, you got one disagree, so I think actually I'm correct.
Not from anyone that's still in the chat.
You know, fine. Tell us in the comments below. Does season 1 of Windbreaker look like season 2 of Windbreaker, or does it look rejuvenized, refreshed, and beautiful like Danny believes?
Looks way better.
I'm not saying season 1 doesn't look good. I actually talked frequently about how beautiful season 1 was.
Yeah, and you were wrong.
I objectively wasn't.
You objectively
Season 1 was awesome. It had some of the best choreography and some of the best animation I've seen.
Choreography and animation are different from art style.
Of course they are, but like
the art style is different.
The art style is the same. They're both Cloverworks. They both look the Cloverworks characters.
So JJK season 1 and 2 are both Mappa.
Yeah.
Art styles are different.
The art styles are different, really only in the action scenes.
I'll kill you. I'll kill you right where you shit.
I
swear to God.
It's right over there. It's right over there. It's feet away.
You're gonna be taking a shit, and you're gonna feel my whole forearm.
I'm gonna
go
sacrifice
right
you
up
like
in
a goddamn Aztec warrior. You know, and you wouldn't
I just don't understand.
Because only the good Aztec warriors got sacrificed. That's what they don't tell you. You had to win games to get sacrificed.
You're just so everything wrong with the TikTok comments. You thought season 3 of Invincible looked bad. You think JJK season 1 and 2 looked the same.
Right,
you did. We were on a Skype podcast.
I was in a frump. I was a week out from getting a full back tattoo. My head was hazy. And you know what? No. You know what? I'm not going to back off this. It did look bad. It's not a good looking show. It's not. No season of Invincible looks good.
Season 3 is the best looking season.
Oh, congratulations. And if I cut my arm, my leg, and my other arm off, by the third time, I'm going to figure it out pretty good. But that doesn't mean it looks the best out of any of them.
I hate you. I've always hated you.
I don't know what you want from me. I don't know what you want from me. This is who I've always been. Invincible is made by Amazon, the biggest company on Earth.
It should look better. I agree. We've been over that.
So why am I supposed to sit here and like, oh wow, I'm so excited that Mark has 1 pixel hair. I'm so happy that Amber's hair doesn't flow when she flies. I'm watching Tubi Hero X, and they're putting $100,000 into every blanket they animate. What do you want from me? Fucking Aniplex and Billy can put money into their animation, but I have to take my dick out and waggle it at Amazon because oh look, Mark's not a PNG this season.
Listen, Invincible should look better. I've been saying that for literally years.
We're agreeing.
Okay, I'm moving on. Windbreaker Season 2, different art style from Season 1. JJK Season 2, different art style from Season 1.
Rewatch all Windbreaker.
Rewatch all of Windbreaker. I dare you.
I have nothing better.
And you know what? You want to talk about 2B Hero X?
Yep.
You really want to talk about it? I'll say one last thing about Windbreaker. We could talk about Windbreaker more, though, if you want.
I was just going to say, I just love Eye Patch Guy.
Eye Patch Guy is great. Is that Tanjiro?
I think it might be.
Yes, okay then, yes. He's good. One of my bigger thoughts was putting a lollipop in your mouth right before a fight is probably the worst idea I've ever seen in my life.
There's so many different ways to choke.
Not even that. I was just waiting for at the end, he takes the lollipop out and 8 of his teeth are stuck in it.
You're putting an active projectile in your mouth to destroy your mouth. Yeah, that's
put
fair.
like a rock hard ball in your teeth.
Incredibly fair.
But either that or he gets an uppercut, bites the stick in half, swallows the thing.
Yeah, and then it's like, oh, cool. Like, I'm trying to figure out how many licks it takes to get to the center of my fucking lozenge.
I love he puts it in his mouth and the other guy like lowers his guard and the dude's like, what? And he's like, you want to finish that?
Yeah.
Like, we shouldn't fight.
Like, this is dangerous.
Yeah, like no one's trying to die
Puts his
here.
bat down. He's like, dude, come on, whatever.
Yeah.
Be serious. It's your life here.
No, fights are great. Oh, looks good. It's just same. I think I'll have the same notes every week for Windbreaker where I'm like, it's cool that they fight. I don't really care, but
Yeah, no, I mean, that's honestly how I feel. I don't really give a shit about any of the characters. I just like when they hit each other.
Sakura Hakura is kind of arcing a little. He's like chilling out. Yeah. People are being like, that's weird that you're chill. And he's like, I'm angry.
Yeah. He's angry all the time, baby. He's hulking it.
Should we? I am hulking it.
I'm gumping it.
Jenny,
I'm gumping it.
I haven't seen that.
You haven't seen I'm gumping it?
It's crazy.
Dog, I gotta get you on the gumping it train.
Should we talk about 2B Hero X and the fact that they can't animate faces?
I'm so curious as to what you have to say. I hate you. I've never loved you. I've lied every time I've said I've come.
Note number 1. Faces are so stiff. So he's dead and you buy a new one? Somebody frown. Somebody move your plastic ass face. How dare people say this is like Arcane? How dare that guy who called you the guy on the right say this looks just like Arcane? You want a spoiler? You want a spoiler real quick or do you want to rage real quick?
A spoiler about what?
That's my only negative note. This was the best episode of the week.
Let's fucking go! Woo!
Maybe if they didn't spend $40 million on the fucking blanket physics, someone could smile or frown.
Hey, Danny, you want a spoiler? I agree.
Yeah!
Yeah,
no one can fucking emote. Yeah. Every face is bad.
Yeah, the faces in the CG are not great. This was my first note in the first episode. I was like, oh, the mouth physics are a bit weird. And then I was like, oh, it's because everything's mapped to Chinese. And like the voice actors didn't do like a fantastic job of like matching their voices to it. But at the same time, I really don't think it's the voice actors. I think it's more like they just like, the faces are like deeply unemotive.
Well, it's not the voice actors or like
because the voice actors do a very good job, at least of voice acting. I feel like the acting is mapped to the mouth opening. It just doesn't look like a human's talking.
Well, that's true, but the example I brought up, so there's a bit where like Moon, right?
Yes.
Moon finds out that Nice is dead and she calls her agent and she's like, so he's dead and you just buy a new one? And she delivers it super powerfully.
Yeah.
Like very angry as she should. The lines are angry lines. Mm-hmm. And it's just more NPC.
Like Oblivion. Yeah.
It's like, he's dead? What do you mean he's dead?
Yeah. It's a nose up problem for sure.
I just wrote that to piss you off, honest. I mean, I believe it. I feel it. Every other note, well, then I wrote, dude's way too eager to trap this woman into a marriage.
He's in love with her.
Yeah, but she doesn't know him.
It's also his idea to kill her off.
That's like...
How dare you?
He's in love with her because he's a freak. That's like
He's a fan. How dare you?
Yeah, that's like... there's such a difference. Oh my God, is there such a difference between being a big fan and having like a celebrity crush of a celebrity of the opposite gender and being like, oh, I get to work with her now. We should be married.
I'm using my weekly timeout. Fix the light.
There's no way it was for that.
I need to be lit for this weekly timeout. Yep. Have you tried calling it a good girl?
Good girl.
There we go. Yep. All right, my timeout. My interjection, because this has been well established over the history of the podcast. If one of us ever needs to step in for a comment here, we have a timeout. We only get one.
Okay.
It's our coach's challenge.
Per year, per week, per what?
Week. It's a weekly. Okay. It's weekly. Sabrina Carpenter.
I knew what? It's your timeout. Go on.
Let's say one day you take a hard content turn into covering pop stars. You're like, oh man, I'm all out of the YouTube animation of the week. Guess I got to talk about the Sabrina Carpenter skin in Fortnite.
Yeah.
And you're just in Sabrina Carpenter. She's on world tour. You're crushing it. You're already in love with her, mind you. And she's paying your bills at this point. You talking about Sabrina Carpenter paying your bills, and you're like, man.
Yeah.
And then tomorrow comes out. Sabrina Carpenter's Danny Motta lookalike boyfriend dead. Yeah. But only you hear about it.
Okay.
And so Sabrina Carpenter manager, she calls you up and she's like, hey, I need you to step in here. And you're like, hey, you know what? Sure, why not? It sounds great. I've always wanted to be a stand-in boyfriend. And then if it finds out like, oh wow, I'm here, I'm with Sabrina Carpenter, love of my life. Next week you find out, hey, we're gonna lock you in this room until you guys get married. You're not trying to you're not trying to make her enjoy the time a little bit. Maybe lean into this idea of a fake sham marriage where you fall in love with each other eventually. That's basically, Danny, you know what you're doing? You're just shitting on the idea of arranged marriages because that's how arranged marriages work. You get married and then you fall in love.
Yeah, they're bad.
Lower divorce rate than fucking regular marriages.
Yeah, because they're forced. They're forced to stay together.
I have many an Indian friend who preach by the idea of possibly even being our age getting an arranged marriage because their parents are still in love.
Are they male?
No, they're women.
Well, I guess that is better. But also, I guess I have to take your word for it.
It's not 1930.
I guess I have to take your word for it.
Yeah, you do, baby. I'm like a stand-up comedian. Fucking, you gotta lean into my bit. No, I'm not kidding. My buddy, she didn't end up getting arranged married, but she was thinking about it in college. Because her parents have been married for like 40 years.
Yeah. Can I answer your question about that scenario? No, I wouldn't. That's incredibly weird and creepy. Because here's what you left out is that the whole time Sabrina Carpenter's like, I hate you. I'm trying to kill myself. Stop stopping me from killing myself.
Well, okay. Well, do you want her to kill herself? Then you better be a fucking good guy to live with.
I don't want to be like, hey, it's either marry me or kill yourself.
No.
He
proposes the idea to kill herself.
Take Sabrina Carpenter out and put you in there. Dorothy's dead. One of our fans is a Dorothy lookalike, and for whatever reason, I'm like
so hot.
Sure. Yeah. For whatever reason, I'm like, hey, Nick's really up my ass about this old Dorothy death. You gotta slide in. That's fucking weird of that fan to be like, oh, I'm gonna take this opportunity to. It's like it's the social. Parasocial thing.
It's definitely parasocial.
It's a parasocial relationship.
But he also
getting rewarded.
He proposed to plan to get her to free her.
This dude's getting rewarded for his weird parasocial relationship.
She leaves him.
He gets to marry her.
No, he doesn't.
Well, he's trying.
Because he's as forced into it as she is. I mean, he's enjoying it more.
Yeah. Stop liking it.
Oh, God forbid a man have a hobby, Danny. What do you want from him?
God forbid that hobby be a woman.
I mean, that was Tiger Woods' hobby for a long time.
He's a bad dude.
Those were his best years of golf.
Yeah.
No, you're right. You're right. It is creepy.
Agreed.
It is creepy and parasocial. I just like the show. I'm trying to back up my point here.
Okay, so that was my next negative note. At one point, she takes out her ponytail, and he goes, and don't interrupt me, because I know you will.
I've already used my timeout.
Good. He goes, so this is the real moon? And then gets all, like, panicked and blushy, and I write, she literally just took out her ponytail. She looks exactly the same. And then, don't interrupt me, Nick! I fucking knew it. You can't just for...
Yeah, you hit your hand pretty hard there, didn't you? Yeah?
I guillotined my finger.
Yeah. Did you pinch it between your phone and the table? Oh, big guy.
Yeah.
Oh, big guy. You want me to kiss it?
No.
No.
No, because you did this to me.
I didn't do shit.
Yes, you did. You made me angry.
You're the one
you purposely made me angry. I literally said, don't interrupt me.
But she's got bangs now.
And then I wrote, Hyphen, never mind. I get it. She looks sick. This is the worst episode we watched this week. The animation's crap. Looks like it was made by a single toddler, not even a team. The story's bland, trite even. All the characters suck.
Yeah.
They're all pedophiles.
That's just objectively not true. The only show this week that's not trying to sexualize minors. That and Devil May Cry. Keith's here.
Windbreaker?
Windbreaker. You're right, baby. You're 100% right.
And then I wrote, the portal thing is so good. Also, the fact that the powers are directly tied to how people perceive them is sick.
Yes, I wrote all those same things as well. I wrote
that all the characters are pedophiles?
Well, there you go. I said the powers are based on who you are. The fact that like her power, because like her being intrinsically tied to Nice, her power only allowed her to go back to him like some kind of trapped bird. Yeah. Great.
That's awesome.
I love the analogy of like a woman being trapped into like this like side ship role, like being a part, like being objectified.
Yeah.
Objectively, by like the media and her being like, oh, like you are like an extension of Nice. I thought that was a really cool dialogue that they went down. I thought the convo, yes, I love the objectification of women in media conversation. And then the rival. How do you feel about the rival?
So cool.
That was awesome.
That was all great. His story's great.
Do you think they were?
I wish they would.
I think there was.
It seemed maybe.
It seemed.
No, I mean, I think they're like.
But it is China.
It's worth like shipping for sure,
Yeah.
but I saw them as like buds. Like that was a good like friendship.
I don't know.
Genuinely.
Your buddy doesn't text you back for 2 days, and you're like, I'm gonna go off script, and I'm gonna find him.
You of all people.
That's fair. But I'm asking you,
are
Dan.
the clingiest.
Hey Dan, why do you think Nick gets bi allegations all the time? I'm asking you, buddy.
I wouldn't. I'm borderline sociopathic.
I know. I'm so happy you finally acknowledged it.
I really like. Please. I really liked. So I want to start to get into what I liked. Mm-hmm. I really liked her. I don't know, just everything. This episode was great, honestly.
The fight scene of him, like, raising all of the rocks.
The fight scene's great. I really liked her being not into the setup and being trapped. I love that her ability lets her teleport, but it only lets her teleport to be next to him again. Yeah. That's so sick. And yeah, so tragic, so sad. I like when he makes a swing. Mm-hmm. Whatever. I'm not heartless. Mm-hmm. That's very fun. The portal thing's cool.
I like that the story doesn't end with like, oh, like she's been like kind of like Stockholm syndromed into this relationship kind of thing.
Yeah, she like actually does like him as a person because he's unlike Nice. Like the bit with the statue is really cool where he like trashes a statue and she's like, oh, he never would have done that.
Yeah.
And he's like, well, I'm not him.
Yeah.
Nah. You know?
It's
Snoop Dogg?
D-O-double-G,
yeah.
Snoop Dogg?
Motherfucker.
I'm not him? Where's that coming from?
I'm not Nice. I'm not who he was.
So he's Snoop Dogg.
No.
Because he's not nice?
No, well, it's like a...
He's the D-O-double-G?
You know, like a mic drop.
Eminem's number one fan, ladies and gentlemen. Eminem's number one fan. Still waiting on the new album.
Yeah. But, so I like that. Yeah, I like that their powers are, like, maybe public, like...
Well, like
conceived?
The end where he was like, oh, I'm like asked everybody to set you free.
Yeah.
And so she now gets to like use her power to travel around the world kind of thing. Yeah. But because like everyone still trusts her as an idea, she still has access to her superpowers. Right. Her also beginning as like this travel vlogger who gets saved kind of thing was like really, really cool.
Because everyone thinks she's dead.
Yeah.
Her power should always teleport her to like a fake grave.
Oh yeah, like a graveyard or something. Yeah, that was because I was like, yeah, how does that trust like carry on over until like, oh, like she's still like, she's gone now, so like, do we still trust her kind of thing?
Yeah. Maybe it wanes eventually.
Yeah, probably.
Because people think she's dead.
But
they
she
stop
also
thinking
just like
about
wants
her.
to fuck off to an island, so I guess it probably doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Like she was like, oh, I don't need like I've done the superhero thing. Like she was actively trying to get out of it. Yeah. And I thought that was a really cool conversation that she had with I guess we're just gonna call him Nice because that's like who he is now. But like she was like, oh, what do you want? And then it's like, oh, like Nice is making a push to be a top 10 hero. And he's like looking back at that because he wants to be a hero. He's not as disillusioned with it as she is like at this point. She's like, okay, go ahead and do that. Like there was this moment where the door was open where like he could have gone with her kind of thing, but he's still on his journey to possibly becoming disillusioned with this dream.
Yeah.
So I thought in terms of execution, I'd say the romance was fantastic. I like there was like the will they won't they aspect. There was like the conversation around like women being objectified in media. There was the battle was so sick.
The fight was so unbelievably cool.
So like apparently,
it was gorgeous. The animation was legitimately gorgeous. Like
both
during
CG
that
and 2D.
Yeah.
Like I thought like so Nice's apparent like animation is like heavy black cartoonish lines kind of thing. Like there's like I wouldn't even call it anime because it doesn't look like anime. But like whenever he gets serious into his fight, they switch into that 2D style, which I'm sure you probably prefer.
It's cool. I like it. I guess I would probably prefer it if it all looked like that, especially considering that it's like I don't think it's wild to be like, I prefer that when they're like, oh, this style looks so good, we're going to do all the fights in it. You know what I mean?
Yes. I don't know. I really do like that, like, there's that moment. Like, the CG to me, I wouldn't say it looks realistic, but the CG to me is this more realistic look that when you switch into that other contemporary art style, it feels as though there's, like, an actual tonal shift that's happening.
Yeah.
Like, it's the same with, like, a swelling of music. Like, it's like when Saitama's, like, gets his serious eyes. They're like, oh, this is when shit gets serious. Like, there's a actual visual indicator of, like, when I actually need to, like, sit forward and lock in.
No, yeah. I mean, like I said, the CG was, like, really pretty, like, when they were in that, like, heavenly landscape.
Yeah.
And so, like, it's not like if the whole show was CG, I'd be fine with that. Like, the fight against the dude in the first episode when it was in CG, like, looked great when he's, like, carving the building up. It's just a nice treat when it switches. And so I do like that there is a switch. The show's not what you thought it would be.
What do you mean?
You thought it was going to be like almost an anthology where like this episode episode would follow a different character and the whole episode would be a different art style.
Show off so many characters in the intro and like all the trailers.
I know. I can't imagine how we get to them, but who knows?
I don't know. I also love. I actually very much appreciate that Moon didn't end up dying.
What happened at the end of the first episode?
So like he sees Moon dead, right? I think that's either. I think there's one of two things. My anime theory brain is going here. Either that was a flash forward to the idea of her dying for the public perception, like, oh, she's gone, she's dead. And like, so it was like, oh, the next episode is going to have her dying, or it's like an actual, like, there's some kind of like, he has some future sight ability. Maybe. Like, I think there's actually more intrigue.
And maybe that's why Nice killed himself.
Yeah, there's more intrigue in the fact that she didn't die because it leaves the door open for more ideation than like, oh, who killed her?
Yeah, maybe Nice saw something weird in the future he didn't want to see, and that's why he killed himself.
Then that's the thing. Is like, it's only 2 episodes, and there's so many lingering questions.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, why did Nice kill himself? Like, why did he see this future like idea of Moon being dead? Is Moon gone?
Yeah.
Like, where are all these other characters? Like, I'm so high on this show. I once again, like, this episode is another 10 out of 10. One of the strongest 2 episode starts I can remember.
Yeah, I mean, I think if last episode was like an 8 for me, like this one's like an upper 9, like for sure. This, in terms of like what the show is, it's not like I'm gonna go back and watch this episode again.
Yeah.
You know, or I'm not gonna be like, oh, dude, like you want to get into anime? Like I gotta show you this episode. This will blow you away. Yeah. But in terms of like, yeah, it like impressed me. It blew me away. Like the pacing was way better because there was less they had to tackle.
Yeah.
And I actually gave a shit about this, like, quote-unquote villain. Like, the rival was really engaging.
Really compelling.
I wrote
I love the idea of them coming up, like, as heroes together, but, like, them being, like, putting, like, because he's, like, got this white hair, he's got this black hair, and it's, oh, you have, like, this more villain vibe, you have a hero vibe.
So it was, like, genuinely sad that, like, him calling and being like, hey, can I fight him this week? And they're like, we'll get to you.
Yeah.
I wrote, no way Nice's rival isn't named Mean.
That's good.
His name's like Ruin. Who gives a shit?
Like Ruin or something like that. Yeah.
I have one note and I can't remember why I said
It's kind of wild that there's 2 hero shows coming out right now and both of the main characters' name is Nice of some regard.
There's a lot of crossover between Vigilantes and this. In that realm though, where it's like people's names and what people are saying. Like whenever Sliding Glide was like, I want to be a hero, I was like, I'm about to watch that.
Yeah. X.
Yeah, but I have a note. It says, you still feeling confident about this plan? Guy is so funny. I don't remember what that joke is. It's a bit at some point where some dude is like, you still feeling confident about that plan? And cracked me up.
Definitely one of like Miss J's goons or something.
Yeah.
The goons are great comedy.
They are good goons.
They step in like a couple times and they just like either physical comedy or great one-liners. It's a funny show.
It's all right, comedy-wise so far. I love the voice actor of Ruin.
Yeah.
Sayu or whatever.
Very
Alejandro.
Yeah. So, that's what happened.
The VTuber.
Oh,
Sayu. What's his name?
I don't know. You sent a conversation you had with some person on Instagram.
It's
and it was
it's Alejandro Saab.
Yeah.
That's the voice actor.
Yes.
He is that big VTuber, you know. Gigantic VTuber. He's Cheng from Link Click.
That's cool. I don't know any VTubers.
Yes, you do.
Sayu?
Yes, Sayu.
The Minister of Industry and National Production of Venezuela, Alex Saab. Oh, he's always. Oh, I didn't know he was him. He's always with Leandy.
Whatever.
Leandy. Yeah, he's a huge VTuber. He's very popular.
Yeah, big voice actor.
I didn't know that.
He's also in Vigilantes. He's the detective.
He's the detective
from My Hero.
In Vigilantes. He's Ruin in To Be Hero X, and he's Chang in Link Click.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
That's why I made that post.
Why only one person? Everyone, which is fucking one person gets all the work.
Yeah, no more actors.
No more actors.
They're gone.
Is this your beat? This is your beat for that guy.
Yeah, Alex Brightman. Yeah,
because he's just fucking everywhere. This is like the guy from Critical Role who was everywhere a couple years ago.
Matt Mercer.
Yeah, he was fucking everywhere.
I know.
They gave him every role.
Yeah, he's like Troy Baker.
From high school.
It's for video games.
High school.
No, that's Troy Bolton.
That's it. Yes.
Okay, go on.
Gone.
That's
probably all I have, actually. I just thought it was awesome. I thought it was a really good episode. I'm very excited. Like, every single time an episode comes out, I'm so excited to watch it.
Yeah, I liked it a lot.
I also wrote my final note was his best friend having to watch him be replaced as Heavy. Like, that's crazy. Like, hearing from, like, a dude wearing your best friend's face that your best friend is dead.
Yeah, and killed himself.
And, like, you'll never understand why.
No, this was a legitimately great episode.
Yeah, a lot of, like, heavy tones being explored.
Can we get Buffalo Wild Wings?
We can go to Buffalo Wild Wings. Yeah? You want to go B-dubs?
Maybe. All right, anyway.
Cool. Last thing that we got to talk about here? DMC. And then I'll talk about Moonrise at the end.
Your piss boy?
Oh my God, yeah, it's going to be a piss boy. Fucking yikes.
DMC. Just another good one.
Just another great one. Yeah. I love, first off, let's assume, because George Bush and Dick Cheney are president, that this and Limp Bizkit is the opening here.
It's the Secretary of State.
This is taking place in pre-2008. So let's say it's 2000, a peak Limp Bizkit, that's like 1999, Woodstock 99. Let's say it's like 2004, maybe 2003.
Yeah, that's good.
George Bush is president for 8 years. They're all like, there's a 7-foot monstrous man, and he's like, ain't no amount of money that make me go after Dante. And then Dick Cheney is like, well, what about $500,000? And I get it. I get that this is pre the 2008 financial collapse. $500,000 isn't enough to go after the man who saved your life and is apparently so prophetic in battle that even you, Mr. Iron Nose, wouldn't consider going against him. And then every single one of these fucking goons that shows up to battle against him, there's a roster of 6 guys on the roof across from Dante's apartment, and they're like, hey, we get in there, we take this guy out, we split that 500,000. There's 6 of them.
Yeah, there's 6 ways.
It's $89,000 they are fighting against a devil for.
It's like 1 year of like a good salary.
Of an okay job. Yeah.
I also thought that. Like, yeah, when it was like, how about 500,000? And I was like, oh, 1,000? Like, or yeah, it was like 500 and then he hit 1,000. I was like, I think you mean to start that word with an M, my bud.
But say, hey, Dick Cheney, fucking use a slush fund here.
Yeah, hey, the U.S. government, like, this counts as defense budget.
You're trying to get half of the amulet that keeps demons out of our world up the fucking budget.
It's so funny. And then he's like, well, all right then, like.
Son of a bitch, I'm in.
Give him $1 million at least. Give him any million.
Give him $500,000 each.
I would need to be set for life if I'm going after Dante and stopping Hell's invasion.
Yep. Could you imagine just like you get Dante, you get his necklace, you get $89,000. You go buy a mid-range Chevy Tahoe, and you're like, well, I guess I gotta work again tomorrow. What the fuck are we talking about?
We know somebody who, and again, the economies were different.
Yep.
Although, get ready for that recession if this takes place in 2004.
Yep.
Get ready for that recession if this takes place in 2025.
100%.
We know someone who sold a script to Hollywood for $1 million.
$1 million bucks.
Million schmackaroons. I'd kill a demon hunting son of a bitch for that.
There's a lot of things I do for $1 million.
Lost it in a couple months in crypto.
And just like
Keep in mind, you need like a low intelligence to do that.
100%.
But like,
these goons,
low intelligent goons.
Not exactly known for there's Rhodes scholars. Like you can easily lose $1 million. Like, oh yeah, I'm gonna invest in this crypto horse racing company.
Yeah.
And you're like, I'm sorry, what now? And you're like, yeah, you buy horses with crypto, and then you train the horses with crypto, and then they win races against other crypto horses. And it's like, oh, cool. So you mean hackable and easily controllable?
No, look, there's like 500 grand is a lot of money. There's a lot I do for that.
Not fight Dante.
Not fight hell.
I'm telling you right now, nothing, including a gun, I'm doing for less than $2-3 million.
Yeah.
And that would be like, hey, go kill a CEO. And I'd be like, yeah, maybe. Not fight Dante, the half Sparta, 7-foot sword wielding, shape shifting, dual Beretta wielding monster.
Yeah. After my experience with training and boxing and sparring, I probably wouldn't even do anything combat related for under like $1 million.
Fair and honest.
It's been painful and stressful.
Mm-hmm. You got permanent scars from a manga being hitting you in our fake wrestling match.
Yeah.
So
I'm concerned about my reading eligibility
because you keep getting punched in
because
the
I keep getting hit in the head.
I can't wait to see you just come up to like our podcast one day with a black eye.
I just keep being like, this whole lead up to the fight, I was like, I just got to fight Nick once. Like people fight so much more than that. Yeah. Didn't occur to me I'd have to do mini fights like 3 times a week, every week leading up to it.
If it means anything to you, I haven't been in a fight in like 4 years.
That helps.
6. I haven't been in a fight in 6 years.
Yeah, keep bumping it up.
I haven't been in a fight since about 5 years.
Can I tell you something?
Yes.
Your timeline doesn't make any goddamn sense.
What do you mean?
You've been boxing for 10 years.
Street
like
fights.
10. No.
Yeah, that's the last fight I was in a street fight.
I don't believe you.
I've been in like a dozen.
Who are you fighting? What gang are you?
Just Boston as a city.
Who are you fighting in the streets of Boston?
Do you talk shit? Call one of my friends a slur? Fight. Easy as that. I was out with a buddy of mine. This was right before I left Boston. This is how I decided. I got hit by a car once. Guy came out, started yelling at me. I fought him. I was in a bar in my last fight, and the Northeastern hockey team was there. And so one of my buddies, basketball friends, Anthony, I think somebody stepped on somebody's shoe or spilled a drink or something. A word was said. I'm not going to say it. And as somebody who didn't have a scholarship on the line, I attacked. And I got in a fight with like 4 hockey dudes simultaneously that spilled out of the bar. Almost lost my chain. Fortunately, Northeastern basketball team followed me out. Fight got broken up rather quickly. So that was the last fight that I was in.
I like my odds.
Yeah.
I thought these were all organized fights.
Oh, I did those for like a decade.
No, you didn't.
Simply did.
That timeline doesn't make sense.
What do you mean?
The last fight you were in was 6 years ago. You're 28.
Yes. 23.
10 years prior, you're 13.
Started at 8. What do you want from me?
The truth?
I started combat sports at 8. What do you want from me?
I don't believe you.
Why would I lie about combat sports?
Children don't fight.
Children absolutely fight. 8-year-olds box all the time. What do you think they just stop kids from? I wasn't fighting full-grown adults. I probably didn't have an official match until I was like 12.
Fine.
What?
Nothing.
Why would I lie about this?
I just the numbers. I believe you.
I've lived a long life.
I believe you. I just thought you were like 22 fighting for 10 years, and then the numbers added up in my head.
18. I quit when I went to college.
That makes sense.
I was like a little bit before I went to college. I was just boxing summers. Stay in shape.
That makes sense.
Why would I lie?
I don't know.
Why are you like this?
Where did this... Every podcast, I'm coming with a mini concussion.
Uh-huh.
So...
That's good. That's why I'm not training in the lead up to our battle, so I can be sharp in the fucking debate portion.
Yeah.
All right. So, Devil May Cry.
Pretty good. How do you feel about Lady? Not what I meant, but go on.
Oh, buddy. Let me read you my exact note here. Besides, I said 1 to 10. being banking goblins in Harry Potter. How Jewish are they trying to make Enzo? Because boy, oh boy, are they trying to make him?
I thought he was just Italian.
No, they're just trying. He's got the classic they do the classic English voice actor Jewy voice. It's like Nick Kroll doing a Jewy voice, and then he's like, "Who wants to make a deal?" Fucking half the time, and I'm like, my God, they're trying to fucking make him a Harry Potter banking goblin. Remember when they did that? Remember when Harry Potter was like, "Hey, all the people that control the bank are big hook-nosed goblins, and they're really mean."
Yeah.
What do you think she was on about that? Do you think that had any undertones? Do you think she was doing anything there?
Sure.
Yeah, I backed you into a corner, haven't I? Yeah, she's a bad person. Harry Potter, bad story. A lot of better YAs. Very anti-Semitic. Also, the one Asian character's name is
Cho Chang.
Cho Chang.
Cho Chang, baby.
Yeah, it was a new name I got out of my church registry. Fuck off, J.K. Simmons. J.K. Rowling. J.K. Simmons can get it. Still a good guy.
Fuck off, J.K. Simmons, you anti-Semitic
You
prick.
fucking anti-Semitic. I've seen Whiplash. I know what you would do.
Yeah.
I wrote, I want this lieutenant in ways I can't begin to describe.
Yeah. That checks out. She's
so hot.
Yeah, she's good looking.
She's so hot. Oh, you know what I like the most? She kind of looks like a guy. That's my favorite part
What
about
a
her.
curveball.
Oh,
No,
wow.
she doesn't.
She
What
kinda
are you
does.
talking about?
Short hair. I could play it either way, man.
Doesn't look like
I
a
love
guy.
a little gender.
Her name's
gender
Lady.
fluidity. Oh man, she's so sexy. I love the way she flies around and she's got guns.
I love her
I
name's
love the heterochromia, man.
I like heterochromia for sure. I like how her name's literally Lady, and you're like, looks like a dude.
Fucking
Compensating.
That's why she made her name Lady, because she didn't want anybody doubting it.
No, this has been a thirst trap of a show. I've seen
She rips his shirt off and he's like, "Yeah, ripped hunk. What'd you expect?"
I've seen every goddamn cosplayer we know post that clip of her tearing Dante's shirt off. They're like, "Oh, I have a new hyperfixation."
Yeah, bark, bark.
Yeah, bark. People, I don't know enough about the DMC lore or this show yet, because we're only on episode 2.
You're fighting an online battle, calling it a dead franchise. You telling me you don't know the lore?
That's not lore, that's finance, baby.
I guess.
That's fucking, there hasn't been a mainline game in 6 years. Before that, they tried to reboot it. Before that was one that tanked so hard, they tried to reboot it.
You've been fighting a lot of battles online recently.
Anyway, it gets me views.
Yeah, it's fair. I haven't made a TikTok in 2 weeks.
But, I gotta do demonetized. I got a friend demonetized, Nikhil. You know.
Oh, because he called Thanos dumb?
If you watch the rest of the video, he was like, that was a joke. It was actually because I called Danny Motta dumb in a comment, and that got him demonetized for life. Because we were doing a playful mutual goof at each other.
Life?
For life, demonetized.
Uh-oh.
I wrote out, I was like, I told you you'd, and then I was like, this is actually sad. Hold on.
No, that's his career. Okay, yep. Jesus Christ. I wish I had somebody at TikTok, but I don't.
Yeah,
Shit about me.
beep.
me and Eep. My God.
But people on TikTok don't like Lady, old head DMC fans don't like Lady because they're like, why can she hold her own against Dante? Why does she talk? Why does she have more than boobs? Apparently, also,
You know what I'll say? They did a fantastic job not sexualizing the women. They got fucking Nightwing, who also, goddamn, I want her to break me over her knee.
I don't even know who the hell that is. With the glasses.
Nightwing.
Yeah, she does look like Nightwing. Yeah.
Fucking
You're
Nightwing
right.
and then she's always hanging out with that one dude who's always got an arm around her. Fucking jealous with that guy.
Fucking.
I just want Rhea Ripley to rip my spine out. That's what I'm trying to get.
That's so reasonable. That's so real reasonable.
We're one connection away from Rhea Ripley. You know that, right?
What, my mama?
Tia Trinidad.
I don't know her.
Yeah, I know her.
All right.
Let's have Rhea Ripley.
Yeah. But people don't like Lady, old head DMC fans don't like Lady because I guess in the game she's a lot more fun loving, a lot more playful, and in this she's real pissed all the time.
She's badass.
Which is I like her characterization as someone who doesn't know her from the game. I feel like that's a reasonable qualm to be the character is just literally different.
Yeah, this isn't an accurate representation of my favorite characters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But so that's just I've seen that discourse. I don't know a lot about the power scaling. I feel like it's fine that she's Yeah, well,
Gives a shit.
yeah, I agree.
Fucking, the anime made a character stronger than they are on the video. Fuck off. Who cares?
I know, yeah.
It's an anime.
Yeah, there needs stakes.
Yeah, you want them to just like go through the story of the fucking video games? Like some character's gonna be different.
Yeah.
Crazy. I'm having so much fun with this. All right, I'm gonna get to my piss boy here.
Piss boy.
Which is Moonrise.
Moonrise.
Moonrise is an anime that just dropped on Netflix. Netflix is trying to make a big push to be known as the anime center of the world, which is why they're doing things like Yaiba and Moonrise in Delicious in Dungeon. And they're doing a pretty good job. A lot of places are trying to do the anime thing right now. Hulu's got their like Animaniacs or something, or they have like they're like, our anime thing. They did some clever.
Yeah.
I forget what it's called.
I don't know. Something.
Animeham or something like that. So everyone's trying to do a big push for anime right now, but the problem is when you try and make a bunch of anime that's all original without manga concept, you get a lot of people who have no idea how to make a good anime, and that's how you get a Moonrise, because Moonrise is bad. They dropped 18 episodes all at once, and I legitimately think it's because they were like, holy fuck, we need to get rid of this.
It's wit, too.
It's animated by wit, and it is the sterling example of the fact that animation does not always make right. Animation does not always make a good show because it looks good. It looks good. I mean, the cars are like CG, and it's kind of awkward to look at, but cars are almost always CG, I feel like. First 2 episodes, they just throw you into what feels like season 3 of a CW show. There's some fucking billionaire, and he's like, my parents own a fucking AI company, and that AI company's made a lunar elevator. And the Moon's like, fuck you. And then they destroy the elevator, which kills his parents on their fucking yacht as they're watching the elevator finish or something. And the first 5 minutes is him fighting some guerrilla war on the Moon. It's just, it's fucking nonsense. None of the characters are lovable. The dub is some of the work. Like, I shit you not, I think they took the Japanese translation and AI translated it because there's just lines thrown in out of fucking nowhere. There's a scene where the main character is coming over to like his mother's house after no showing for like this big reveal that he's going to be the next up, like Bruce Wayne before he actually like became Batman kind of thing. It's like no showing. I'm a playboy. Fuck you. And then his mom's just drunk, and she's like, "Why aren't you fucking your assistant?" And then she's like, and then her dad's like, "You're too drunk. Let's go to bed." And then as their dad and both of them are walking away, they're like, "You're not ashamed of being adopted, are you?" And you're like, "What the fuck is going on?" It's so all over the place.
Yeah,
it's terrible. And it's also like you can tell. Like, I can almost feel like it's AI because like. You know how AI, when it like has to like think, it just kind of describes what's going on? The voice lines are sometimes just describing what's going on. Like there'll be an explosion, you'd be like, it's exploding! And it's like, yeah, I can see it, you know?
Yeah.
And that's like kind of like, that's like a good example of it. Like that would be like something logical. It's like Baby's first script where they're like, oh, the actors need to tell you exactly what's going on, otherwise you won't understand it. It's like, I'm watching it. So yeah, my piss boy this week is Moonrise. It's awful.
Devastating.
Not really. It's an 18-episode anime on Netflix. We have 20 other anime.
Yeah, we don't need to add one. Oh my god, we didn't even talk about fucking The Last of Us.
Oh, we didn't talk about The Last of Us.
Yeah.
Okay, can I get my notes on The Last of Us real quick?
Let me do my best boy real quick.
Can you make? Oh, fuck! I want to change my piss boy. My piss boy this week is Ellie. Oh,
why?
Oh, I hate her.
Don't do this.
Oh, I hate her so much.
Don't do.
Oh, I hate
the
her.
character or Bella Ramsey?
Oh, Bella Ramsey's a great actress.
Thank God. Okay.
Great actress.
I would have had to quit this podcast.
Oh, am I gonna be that person who's like, oh, Bella Ramsey's too ugly to play Ellie? Fuck off. She's a child for the majority of the show.
For PR reasons, I just have to leave the podcast.
No, Bella Ramsey's a great actress. Like, sure, she doesn't look like Ellie from the video game. And everyone wanted the fucking voice actor because she looked like her. She's like 25, 30.
Yeah.
Bella Ramsey, fantastically talented. Ellie is a character.
Don't like her?
Hate her.
Why?
Oh my! What do you mean? Why?
Why?
What the fuck?
Oh, because she's being annoying at Joel.
Yes.
Okay.
No, okay. All right. First off, as if Joel stepped into my life, and
you have no father. I'm sorry.
That's why, Danny. That's and hey, you want to hear a little? You want a little something about Ellie? Neither does she. All right. No. Fucking let's show a little bit of favor for this man stepping into your life, being an incredible father figure. He's punching people who are calling you the D word. He's like, oh, your guitar needs new strings. Ellie loves playing the guitar. cool. He's gonna do that. He's going to therapy. He's going to therapy and trying to figure out how to better deal with you. He's nervous about fucking having a lack of connection with you as a 19-year-old. He wiped out an entire sect of the Fireflies because they were about to botch a surgery on you to make a vaccine that was never gonna fucking work. Joel's an incredible character, an incredible father figure, and I want him as my dad. But Ellie's just like, oh, fuck you. I don't need your help. And I was gonna be like, oh, she's a teenager. She's a teenager. She's teenage angst. I hate teenagers then. Is that what you want from me, Dan? Is that what because I fucking hate teenagers.
I also went on a I hate teenagers rant not too long ago, and I'm going to tell you right now, it's not a sympathetic.
Oh, I don't fucking, they haven't figured out the internet yet. I don't give a shit. Are they gonna find? They're gonna find me?
They'll find you.
Oh,
They'll find you. They'll tear your toes right off.
Too busy goo guying the way drooling all over their iPads. They can't find me.
I see where you're coming from, because where you're coming from is out of like a deep love for Joel.
Yes.
I think, yeah, it's like the bit is that it's because she's a teenager. I think the show does a good job. This episode 1 of season 2 of The Last of Us. The show does a good job at like making me buy why she feels the way she feels, because literally every conversation she has is like a fucking F- of the Bechdel test. If that test was get a woman to talk to somebody else, not about Joel. You know what I mean? Like every conversation someone brings up with her, it's always about Joel. It's like, can I do this? No. Why not? I'm good at it. Oh, because Joel. I'm going to do this. I know. Joel told me. Like Joel is this fucking cloud hanging over her whole life. And then on top of that, there's her whole life of 5 years.
Yeah.
On top of that, she doesn't really trust him after the Firefly thing. Like the whole ending of season 1 and the first game, the bit is that like he does kind of go nuts. Like he snaps and massacres a bunch of people who are innocent. Like he gave them the girl.
You didn't know that they were going to take her brain out and fucking botch a surgery.
They were like, hey, we're doing brain surgery.
They told her and she was going to die. She had to die. They had to take her brain out.
Yeah. To save humanity. They were trying. This is a whole debate. It's like, oh, they weren't gonna. The intention was to do that, though. It's not like they were just like, let's try. Let's take a crack at it.
But that is such an important caveat in the conversation.
What?
I can say I'm trying to save the world if it requires that I cut out Ava's brain and figure out how to make a vaccine. Not only figure out how to make a vaccine, but also mass produce it, share it around the world, and then also rebuild governments and all of that. And I was like, cool. All it requires is that I kill your dog. What are you gonna do?
Got to start somewhere.
That's just
if you have like a 90% certainty that you think you can do it.
There's no way. Any fundamental understanding.
Hey, guy, there's no way zombies.
There's way zombies.
There's no way zombies.
What do you think cordyceps are based off, Danny?
That's not gonna happen to real people.
Why?
That's not how they work.
That they can take over ants.
Yeah, I know ant.
Okay, but like the variation in terms of a cordyceps taking over an ant and a cordyceps taking over a human is as simple as body temperature.
Okay, but you're saying that like why do you think it's so outlandish that you can make a vaccine?
Because I know how hard it is to make a vaccine because I worked in vaccine production.
You can make one.
You fucking can't, Dan.
My point is that it's fiction, it's science fiction.
Yes.
And the idea, like, if they were like, I get that it's fun to be like, oh, well, actually, like, bringing in evidence from the real world. If the game was like, oh no, actually, it would have worked. Like we would have done it. It would have been
then set up.
But if the game was like that, you just have to accept it.
You know who does a good job of this? Fallout 4. There's a conceive of the end when you're dealing with Father in the underground society. There's because of how advanced the the society is. There's a conceivable idea that they may be able to accomplish the scientific and technological advancements that they're trying to accomplish. Right? They're bad. They're morally skewed the wrong way. But you believe because you're immersed in this high tech area that they're hiding for the rest of the world that they could accomplish everything they want to. That's why you have to wipe them out because they have synths. They have Father who's this genius who's actually your son kind of thing. Like this, The Last of Us is a fucking guy who's not even a brain surgeon. He's like a fucking general surgeon trying to pull a brain out of a girl that Joel loves like a daughter over the course of their countrywide trip that he saved multiple times, who doesn't think she's gonna die, mind you, doesn't think she's gonna die, going to the surgery blind, and there is not only like the idea that they have to figure out how to make this vaccine, of which they have no idea, mind you. They also have to figure out how to mass produce this vaccine with limited supplies, no supply chain whatsoever, no ability to transport this, no ability to keep vaccines cold, refrigeration.
Well, so your answer then is just don't even try to make a vaccine.
In fact, no, my answer is if it requires killing this child, and there's a 3% chance it succeeds, don't do it.
Ever?
I
feel like at some point you're going to have to...
System.
At some point you're going to have to take a kid's brain out.
Don't take the kid's brain out when you don't have the system to do it. They didn't have the system to do it. If you have I don't
think you can take a brain out and the person doesn't die, ever.
I'm not saying... If you've got to kill the kid, kill the kid. But do it when you have a...
When you know you can get the vaccine. When you have a chance
of actually succeeding.
Yeah. Well, regardless of where you fall on this side of it, it's like... The bit is still, objectively, the bit is that Joel goes on this morally gray rampage.
Okay.
And Ellie is very uncomfortable by that, and she could tell that he's lying to her. Mm-hmm. And her just waking up in the car and being like, yeah, it didn't work, and it's all fine. Like, they're all fine. Like, she knows something is up, and then on top of that, he's like her shadow. Like, she's not able to be her own person. And on top of that, she's the only immune person. So you have like the whole world constantly either being like, we want your blood, or don't tell anyone, they'll want your blood. So she has this like crisis of identity. The whole world is telling her that she can't be her own thing. She's either Joel's accessory or her blood. And so it makes sense that she's lashing out.
I would never lash out.
Yeah, you would.
I would spend time with Joel.
You got in street fights.
I'd be like, because I didn't have a father. Because if I had a father, I would have had a direction. He would have been able to channel my energy into something more advantageous. No, you're right. I hate when you make good points.
Did you like the episode?
I loved the episode. It was great.
It was really good.
It was really good. It was a really good episode. It was a really good show.
Wasn't anything like, crazy. Nothing crazy happened, really. Well, the Stalker was cool. They're intelligent now.
Oh, yes.
They're evolving.
Yeah,
that was a cool scene.
That was cool.
That was really good. I like Dina. I like Dina a lot more. Ellie's like love interest.
Gotcha.
I like Dina a lot more in this than I did. I played like 2 hours of the second game.
Okay.
But Dina's in those 2 hours.
Okay.
Didn't love her in that. Mm-hmm. This one's just a lot more charming and charismatic.
Yeah.
This actress, I will say, I don't know why I'm the only one with this complaint. I promise. Mm. Ellie's already the smallest human being on Earth.
Okay.
For some reason, it's really silly to me that they got her a love interest that's somehow as impossibly little as her.
That's fair. They're both very small.
They're so tiny.
Yeah.
And it'd be sillier if Ellie's love interest is like
Comically
5,
large?
yeah, like 5'11". Yeah. But like when they're both standing by each other and all the extras are towering over them, I'm like, God, you guys don't look 19. You look like you're 12 still.
Yeah, no, that's fair. That's definitely fair. But maybe that's done intentionally to make them seem like, even though they're like these, like capable of killing all these clickers, like they're still shy and diminutive when it comes to expressing the love in front of everybody else.
That makes sense. Oh, but I was just going to say, nothing crazy happened, but it was a way better, like, oh, we're back than like Fire Force's first episode, for example. Like, I was very much like, man, I just like love being in this world.
Yeah. Could you imagine being homophobic in the apocalypse? That's what you're worried about? We all have a unified hate now. Oh, fucking hate the mushroom head. Make up slurs for the mushroom heads. Yeah. I don't know. Call them like
mushroom heads enough.
Mushroom heads is pretty good.
Spore.
I was also going spore. I was going the spore route there.
What rhymes? Because I like tin skin with robots.
Tin skin is fucking neat, dude. I don't even feel right saying tin skin. I feel like a bad person in Detroit become human. Like I'm like, yikes, dude. Tin skin is tough. But like, yeah, you have a thing that you can all universally hate. Like, go hate fucking cordyceps, all that. But you're still like, bad word for lesbians, crazy.
Yeah. Well, I guess if I wanted to argue for it,
they're in Wyoming.
I assume. Well, they're in Wyoming, and when there's an apocalypse, I feel like part of society's gotta just stop, right? Like everyone who was homophobic is gonna stay that way
anytime soon.
Yeah, exactly. Like, and then also this season's gonna get into like religious shit. Mm-hmm. Like you saw in the trailer, I assume, or well, there's some religious shit.
Yeah,
and I think wasn't David part of like a religious commune? In season 1, the guy who tried to...
The church that was eating people.
Yeah, they were a church that were eating people. But yeah, so it's like, I feel like every hateful religion or like religion that has hateness in them, that part's not going to get like wedged out because there's zombies.
Because there's fucking mushroom people now.
Yeah.
Who the fuck is the therapist's husband?
I don't remember.
Yeah, neither do I. He killed Eugene, and I was like, who the fuck is Eugene? All right. You go ahead and do... Enough of that Last of Us. Go ahead and do your piss boy.
All right.
Or your best boy.
My best boy is... I have 2.
Okay.
They'll be quick.
Yeah.
First one, To Be Hero.
Okay. Gang. Not X.
Not X.
The original.
That's the twist.
Gotcha.
There's a show on Crunchyroll, also called To Be Hero, full caps, just like To Be Hero X is.
Pretty cool.
Boy, I hope not. For your sake.
Why?
Here's the plot, as described by Crunchyroll. The protagonist, old man, is very attractive, but a terrible slob, a failure as a father, and works as a toilet seat designer. He is divorced from his wife and lives with his daughter, Min Chan, who is both very smart and athletic.
Okay.
One day, as he was taking a dump, he was sucked into his toilet and given the important job of becoming a hero to save the world.
There's just no way.
He ends up having to give up his good looks for a chubby frame in exchange. Old man's battle to protect the Earth and Min Chan is about to start.
Yep. It is a Chinese-Japanese Donghua experimental anthology action comedy media franchise. It is also, this is wild, it is also like To Be Hero X, a crossover between Billy and a different, it's Tokyo MX, not Aniplex. But that's fucking wild.
My God. When did this come out?
It ran from October 5th to December 21st of 2016. 12 episodes.
Yeah, I don't think it's related.
And then what followed it up is To Be Heroine, premiered in 2018. The series was directed by Lee Haoling, and animated by Studio Lan and Howlier's Animation League. Another one. A third season, To Be Hero X, mainly animated by 3 studios, which 2 included Studio Lan, under B Dream, premiered in 2025. They are related.
Oh my God.
That's crazy.
So you have to watch these.
I don't think I have to. I don't think it just said the other one was anthological.
They're related.
They are. I don't think they're like, they might be. Maybe I'll watch it. You know, maybe when I'm done with 2 Hero X, I'll watch it.
My second best boy.
Okay.
Blu-ray. Because.
Oh, yeah?
I finally got to use it at its fullest potential. Okay. I watched an episode of Game of Thrones.
Okay.
On 4K Ultra HD Blu-ray. And.
You're counting pores.
Everyone noticed a difference.
Wow.
Yeah.
That must have been a vindicating moment.
It absolutely was.
I can only imagine the pure male-driven joy of Sarah being like, you know what? The fur coat on Jon Stark actually looks a lot better here. And you're like, I wouldn't even say anything. I just nod. I just nod and know internally. That $750 you spent on that payout.
Yeah.
Great choice.
It was awesome. God, I wish it was only that much money. That's how much it cost me to watch Fire Force.
You're right. So you're just big DVD guy.
I got a lot of DVDs.
Man, if DVDs make a comeback strictly off the back of quality and it's because of you, wow, that's your impact.
Because what sucks about it though too is I primarily can only get DVDs of shit I've already watched. Yep. Because they come out like 2 years after.
It's like, how is this not printed onto a DVD immediately? It's on a fucking hard drive, just literally laser printed onto a DVD. I'll show you.
I was watching Last of Us 2 and I was like, man, this would look sick as like high quality as Game of Thrones was. And then I was like, oh wait, I won't get to see that for like 3 years.
Yeah, no, it's fucking, the actual Blu-rays come out months afterwards. Yeah. You ever burn a CD?
For music, I used to.
Man.
But like my dad would do it for me.
I know how to do it myself. I was fucking bossing.
Would you use LimeWire?
Oh no, maybe LimeWire. I don't think I ever had LimeWire actually. I think I just did iTunes.
Oh
yeah, generational wealth.
Yeah,
not a big deal. My news this week. My flashback. Mm-hmm. I have Bryce Pappenbrook's email.
Nice.
So
say it.
Right now, Bryce at pappenbrook.com. So Bryce Pappenbrook emailed me. Well, I guess Caleb Arbaugh, who works with Bryce Pappenbrook, connected us, and he was like, "Hey, you should be involved in our Anime Fist Fest." And I was like, "Hey, Bryce, we'd love to have you." And he was like, "I will not be in town. I'll be at an international anime con." I was like, "That makes sense. You are literally everyone."
Yeah.
But he was like, "At any point between now and then, let's film a little training arc." So I'm thinking, because I'm not training for the fight, I'm going to have you get in the ring with Bryce Pappenbrook.
Does he fight?
Yes. He's boxed for 25 years.
How big is he?
About our height, but he has boxed. He has boxed since he was 18. He is in his mid 40s.
Bryce.
So we're gonna rent a little ring, and then I'm gonna have Bryce Pappenbrook train you on camera.
Okay, he's 5'6".
Yeah. So our height.
So your height.
Our height.
He's huge.
Yes. He's muscular.
Yeah, he's a gigantic guy.
I'm assuming me and him have very comparable builds. Except he is 45, so probably a little less tight. It's just the way bodies work, unfortunately.
Well,
So I'm going to have Bryce Pappenbrook and you like run some pads or something, and he's going to yell at you in various different anime voices.
Okay.
I'm still fleshing out the idea. You can absolutely work with me on it, but since I'm not training, I'm just going to be sitting in the corner.
yeah.
Yeah.
Sick. What was that for, I guess, Anime IRL?
That's for our match.
Yeah.
Still a YouTube video we're making.
Yeah.
Well, it's going to play during like the intro.
Gotcha. I didn't know if it was like a separate video.
No, that would be funny though.
Gotcha.
That would we could make like some short form out of it. That'd be kind of funny. You could like box him as Inosuke.
Sure.
Because he's Inosuke. That'd be kind of fun.
Yeah. I'm going to need...
I can't see in this.
I just have the big boar head over my...
Have you ever seen Johnny Knoxville versus Butterbean?
Yeah, he
that's
fucking throws up. He hits him so hard.
He knocks him the fuck out. That's what we're going to do.
Yeah.
That's exactly what we're going to do. All right, that brings us to our favorite part of every episode, Love Letters, where we pull our live audience to ask us a question that we answer here live on the podcast. So if you want to get the podcast 2 whole days early, get 2 additional hours of Nick and Danny content a month, or ask us a question here live on the podcast that we can answer, guys, you can become a member on Patreon for $4.99 a month. What? Bryce the Battle Phoenix asks, if we had a 2B Hero X power, what would it be? And we're choosing for each other here.
Yeah. And these powers are based on public perception.
Yes. So me and Danny, as I guess somewhat publicly known people, would technically probably have powers in 2B Hero X.
Yeah.
I mean, like the Moon had powers as a travel vlogger, so I'm assuming that we probably have powers. I think your power would be like a laugh-based one. You know, the girl from My Hero Academia?
Yeah.
Like Joke. I think you would have the ability to make people laugh like against their like convulsively, like against their will, which would be a really good way to like cripple people. You love that ability.
I did a whole video on how Joke is such an underrated character.
Yeah.
Because incapacitated is incapacitated.
Yes.
Like they're like, she can't go up against All For One. All For One doesn't like a joke.
Yep.
You know, like
Probably does.
that dude doesn't get a giggle.
Literally got his entire idea from a comic. Like he enjoys media.
He
like
likes comics.
So I mean, if he enjoys comics, he's probably chuckled at a joke before. She can make a couple of those. Yeah, I think you'd have Joke or something. That or something about like along the lines of like quick wit.
I feel like
I feel like a lot of people think you're very quick. You're like, oh, you see something happening in an anime or like or comic or whatever you're watching, and then you're boom, joke right on the spot.
I feel like I'd have like, if I had something like that, it'd come with like a counter jinx where it's like, I have quick wit, but I'm often punished for it.
Okay.
So like a lot of times
You have like a compulsive need to say whatever comes to your mind, but whatever comes to your mind comes quickly.
that's just ADHD.
That's
maybe.
fair.
Like,
Yeah. No.
yeah, it'd be something where like I can say something really clever. Like recently in an epic video, super hot character showed up. I was like, dude, like this girl should leave her husband for this guy. He's the hottest character in the whole show. Like the worst dude in the entire fucking show.
Yikes.
Instantly, like a terrible guy. You know what I mean? There's like a jinx counter.
Gotcha.
I feel like yours would obviously be some type of like analysis type, but
Fuck, I was hoping you wouldn't get it.
it'd be like an analysis type.
It'd be a
but
weak spot. It'd be a weak point.
It'd be like weak point, but you are able to drill them into submission. Like it's a mixture of like analysis and bullying.
You know what it is? It's Nanamis. It's Nanami 7 in the third quarter. Or like jujitsu ability.
You would have like the equivalent of like a stan. Like the better you're doing in a verbal debate against someone, the better this like second spirit form is doing at just beating him physically.
I like that, or like the more that I know about somebody, the stronger it gets.
Yeah. Like reverse Nen.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah, well, actually, no. That's exactly Nen. The more risk associated, the stronger your Nen gets. But I guess...
But it'd be like a quiet Nen, where like you don't have to tell the other person.
Gotcha.
What could that have been?
It was the computer.
Oh. Man, what's a...
No, I like that. Like, the more I know about it, like, the thing is, like, yeah, the Nen, the more you tell somebody about your abilities, the stronger they get. So it'd be kind of reverse.
Yeah.
Fuck, I hate that you got that. I hate that. Did chat tell you that?
What else do you do?
I don't like yours as much as I like mine. I feel like yours is, like, you are a yuckster, but I feel like there's so much more to you than yucks. But then again, that's the thing. Everyone thinks you're all yucks because that's your public persona.
Yeah, and I'm all fucks.
Yeah. But anyways, guys, that's apparently the note we're going to leave you on. We love you guys so much. I've been NC Hammer23, also known as the Weeb Commander, and we'll see you guys next week for more anime goodness. Dan?
Bye.
Bye. Mwah.